as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds, and we both gonna get 100+ million for it,
right?
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do Boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. How y'all feeling on this good Thursday? We back to build on this good boxing and give it its just due. Y'all already know. Catch this on the playback. Make sure you smash the like button, sub to the channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on and come build with the team. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to my JBT family. Let's build. Let's keep growing. Let's keep going. We got another super chat goal set for today. We're going to hit our mark as we always do, man. It's something new that YouTube, I guess, is doing. And it's a way to keep people engaged, man, and keep people supporting, man, especially these long 3-4 hour live streams. So look at my bro Al Booger. Before I could say anything, he come in bearing gifts. You know what I'm saying? Bearing gifts for the voice, man. I appreciate you, man. We're going to get to it, though. BJ in the building, my guy, first one in the building. Kevin in the building. Al Booger, the man, the myth, the voice. That's my guy. I appreciate you, man, coming through early, putting the color in the chat, man. Let's hit the goal. Let's hit the mark. But most importantly, let's build on this box.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother Al Booger, Ray Patterson in the building. Thrill Hill, what it do? Be in boxing news. What's good, family? How you feeling, man? What's going on with you, man? We're going to build on a little bit of boxing, man. We're going to talk about boots today, man. But real quick, we're going to make a quick pit stop just so everybody is in the know, which I believe they are all in the know, right? Kean Davis versus Lamont Roach is not happening on December 14th. I'm pretty sure everybody heard that by now. You know what I'm saying? As originally announced, they saying Tank himself is saying it's more likely to be in January, which that's something we was hearing anyway. If it was going to be postponed, it was going to more than likely end up being in January. So if you just think about it, December, January, we talking about a month's difference. It's not a real big deal. I think people are panicking. Maybe to change the date gives them an opportunity to work out any remaining details or issues that they had with the fight in and of itself. We've been hearing all the back and forth about the different reasons why this fight may or may not be happening. Some people are reporting it to be canceled. And I think that's just inaccurate. So the fight is not off. I just think they moving the date. And I think in typical boxing fan style, people are overreacting and they're over speculating and, you know, they putting jackets on Tank, putting jackets on the PBC. But I think people just got to sit back and allow them to work their business out and allow the fights to happen. You know, we can't control that stuff no way. All we can do is pay for it when it get here. So just going to sit back and enjoy the show, man, and let it get here. Like I said, for me, I don't think there's no real reason to overreact. You know, the very next month, it's not really that much of a difference. But I know he would have liked to lock in another fight before the end of the year, just for activity purposes. But like I said, you know, about a month's difference shouldn't make that much of a, you know, an impact on anything. So I think the show will continue as usual. And we're going to go out there and see a good fight. We're going to go out there and see Lamont Roach do what 30 others tried to do, and that's defeat Kean Davis. And as a fight fan, you got you entitled to not like a fight, right? I don't tell nobody to pay for something that they don't want to see. But for those that love the boxing, that ain't crying and screaming about who people fight, tune in, man. I think everybody can get their money's worth. I feel like they'll fill the undercard out pretty well, and everything will go according to plan, man. That's all. You know, Melanin Queen. Shout out to the Queen. Ace, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? You said, am I related to Kaz? Nah, that's the family, though, but no. I mean, shout out to Ray Patterson. Cornelius, my guy. What's good with the family? Teach, what it do? Frequent Fly. Peace to the Queen. Lisa, how you feeling? Manuel, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Blue Bloods reporting that Tank will be on the undercard today. I mean, I'll say this. If he's reporting that, I'm pretty sure that it came from somewhere, right? Pretty sure that it came from somewhere. I know a lot of people feel as though that he just come up with his own news, but the fact of the matter is he put in a lot of work. He be working. He be reaching out. He knows some people, and sometimes he get information before we get it. For me, you know, I can only go off what I get. I haven't heard anything about him being somebody's undercard. I hear people speculating it, but I ain't hear it be validated. But I will do my due diligence, and I will check with any of my sources behind the scenes and ask if they hearing anything about it, you know. But shout out to Blue, man. He doing this thing, but I haven't heard that just yet. I've just heard people speculating it. Yeah, Ace, they had a nice old debate. They duked it out. Shout out to my guy, Big Dre, getting this started, man. 1 down, 9 more to go. Shout out to everybody that continues to support. Y'all already know how we give it up. These 3-4 hour streams, and we gonna build. So I appreciate all support. Shout out to Al Booger. Shout out to Big Dre for the grind challenge. All to do the same. Yeah, man. That's Big Dre getting it started, and we gonna.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, right, Teach. Right. For me, y'all, like I got like 3 solid sources behind the scenes. One of them, y'all know, I call the fax machine. L-Dub give me a lot of good information. Always, man. He always lacing me. I got a couple more guys that I won't mention, but so far, when they report or they give me information, it's been solid. I could take it to the bank. So I'm gonna definitely check with everybody and see if I can get that information myself. If I can, then I'll bring it back to y'all. But you know, I haven't heard that be confirmed that he's gonna be an undercard. I think that'd be a bit strange. And the only way I can see that happening is maybe they feel like it's gonna be some real blowback or something from the fight. So they'll, instead of making it a main event, swap it out. But even that is a stretch. I just can't see that. You know what I mean? And I don't even think Tank would care as long as he getting paid at the end of the day, because the show gonna be the show. But I couldn't see that happening, man. I couldn't see that happening. But it is boxing, right? And stranger things have happened, but we'll have to see. But like I said, I'm here in January. This is what's being reported. That's something else that I did hear January. So I don't think there's no need to overreact, man. I think the fight will still continue. And like I said, that gives them, the powers that be, any opportunity to, you know, to tie up any potential loose ends or any issues in the fight in and of itself. And there you go. We talk boxing every day, so we be wanting all the information right when we want it, but that's just not how it works. That's not how the business of boxing works. So I think people overreacting. You know what I mean? I don't think it's for us to stress about. Let the people that get paid to do that stuff worry about where he gonna fight, where the venue at, what's the date. I'm just gonna worry about the entertainment and enjoying the fight whenever it's presented. I'm gonna support it, man. I feel like I understand how we got here, and for that reason, I could support the fight, hate free and just enjoy it. Also, Tank said he'd be on the undercard. I don't think it'll change anything. Right, Cornelius. I don't think it'll change anything. I think he'll be willing to do it, but I wonder, will the powers that be willing to do that, and how would that impact the bottom line if he went from a headliner to a co-main, right? I don't know, but I would think that would just be strange. That would be a strange move, but who knows, man. Shout out to Big Dre, man. Appreciate you getting it started. Dante, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? So yeah, man. I don't see no big difference, man. Show as usual, man. For me, I can't wait till they get a press conference or something out the way. We get to see, some more build up of this fight. So far, I like the little back and forth from both fighters, man. Lamont Roach standing his ground. He sound confident. He sound like he gonna prepare and be ready. And that's all I could, I just gotta wait and see it play out. You know what I'm saying? They're probably gonna do another co-headline event. Yeah, it's simple. It is simple. It really is frequent. It is. It just ain't that much to overanalyze. And I think whenever it comes to Tank, you see that often. You see people overanalyze situations, man. And the same is going on with this one. The typical overreaction because you're not getting the news at the time that you want it. And some of it is a little spotty when it's coming out because people have agendas and they push narratives, which further leads to more misinformation and confusion amongst the boxing community. So just so we all on the same page, for what I heard so far, January looking like the targeted month for the fight. So, but they also saying, Benavidez and Morrell is going to be in January as well. So I wonder how that's going to work out. Are they going to think about putting them on the same card together or what? But I really don't know. I don't want to over speculate, man. Just going to let it happen. I'll be patient, man. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Fight is delayed a few weeks, better than Charlotte when his fight was delayed a whole year. Same would better be right. Or better yet, Teach. Remember the Stan Jonas and Virgil situation. How many times did that get postponed? You get what I'm saying? To the point where they just had to give up on the fight altogether. They had to completely scrap the fight. So I think people are conveniently overreacting, and they're putting the issues that's being, or not even that. I don't even think it's no real big issues. I just think it's something that they working out and people being impatient. But I hear people even blaming like Tank, how is the so-called face of boxing having trouble getting a venue? That's not his job. He a fighter. He don't book venues. You get what I'm saying? I hear people making all types of wild arguments like mistakes can't happen. Like issues don't happen in boxing. It's just strange, man. I know you typically don't see this issue as it pertains to Tank Davis, but it's the first time for anything. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think there's no reason to trip out over it, to overreact. Mike Mazak, my bro, what it do, family? How you feeling, bro? So we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. He said hypocrisy in boxing is diabolical. It is, man. It is. That's why I tell y'all all the time. I just enjoy it, and I'm gonna always have the conversations to let the people know that's listening. I enjoy it, and I'm not here to be mad and tear guys down. So January it is. Tank Davis, stay focused. Lamont Roach, stay focused. Go out there and put up the best fight you possibly can. And I'm a support it. And I think it's a lot of other people that will too. You know what I mean? Even some of these people that's complaining probably still gonna be supporting it, or somewhere hate watching it over somebody's house at a bar. They're gonna be somewhere peeking at it. Cause I guarantee you, y'all, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Most people, not all, but most people that's complaining, when the fight is over, they're gonna know exactly what happened, yo. This is the crazy part. This is how people expose themselves. So remember I said this, y'all. Y'all been around, y'all seen some of the same people I've seen complaining about the fight, complaining about Lamont Roach, and guarantee you though, y'all, once the fight is over and it's completed, they're gonna know exactly what happened. Trust me. Just like everybody else, you do a post-fight reaction, they're gonna be right here listening in. You know, so that's just boxing fans for you, man. They pretend that they mad, but they're gonna end up watching anyway because it's must-see TV. And if you're a real fight fan, you still interested and intrigued in seeing the fight. You know what I'm saying? You could try to complain all you want, but if you really love the boxing, you're gonna watch it, or you're gonna find a way to watch that fight. So that's what it is, man. But that's the little small tank update. So just so everybody up to speed, they saying it's more than likely in January. So let that be what it is, and nothing changes. May the best man win. You know, may the best man win. Turk and Tank and David in the same car, he would be worshipped as the greatest promoter around. It'd be crazy. He gonna get some credit though, for sure. He'll get some credit for sure. But it's funny because I ain't even hear outside of the Ferrari stuff, I ain't hear no mentions of doing no fights with Tank. That's the crazy part. Hopefully in the future that could change, man. Like I would want that dude to be open to all opportunities. Of course, that makes sense for him, but don't box yourself in, man. Be willing to go really get that bag wherever the opportunities make sense at. And that's all I want to see for him. But we'll see. So the fight is not canceled, y'all. It's postponed. Something we can't control, and we just gonna sit back and let the fight happen. You know, let the fight happen. But let's keep rolling, man. So that was my Tank spiel for the day, man. There's no real news, no other than that update with it being postponed. And maybe that's what the emoji was about that he tweeted out. You know what I mean? The fight being moved. Maybe he really wanted to secure another fight before the end of the year. And like I said, just activity purposes. And then you go into the year, start the year off strong with another fight. So that's what I think he probably at the end of the day would be annoyed by the most, if anything, possibly just not being able to secure a fight before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff is important. Activity matters. Guys be looking to fight 2 to 3 times a year. You know what I mean? Just to keep the wheels turning, man. You know what I mean? Keep stuff loose. Keep the engine ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. Next month will be here in no time. And we'll see a fight, bro. Hendog, what it do, my guy? Technique was good with it. Salute just there. I think Boots were forced to stoppage with Barrios and get caught. Left hook and hurt him. Barrios is still dangerous. Yeah, he is. Technique was good with it. So let's talk about it. So that was just my Tank update, just to bring anybody up to speed that didn't know. So it's looking like January, but let's keep going, man. Let's talk about Boots for a little bit, man. So I had seen this clip that my guy Cal Cooler sent me with Boots, not Boots, Mario Barrios talking about Boots. And, you know, up until this point, we've seen the difficulty that's been there when it's time to make Boots a unification fight, right? A lot of people feel like he's wasting his time sitting there at 147 because he's not going to get a chance to chase down those other titles because everybody want an arm, a leg, and another arm to get in the ring with him. But I think hearing Mario Barrios' take and then understanding that they did do some negotiate with Brian Norman, and that's a situation that they could be looking to revisit. That's a good sign right there because, like I said, I'll always maintain I think Brian Norman will take that fight with Boots. That's a good sign, the possibility that they could revisit that and work that fight out. But then you got a guy like Mario Barrios in this short clip saying how he'll fight Boots. And, you know, gave him a little warning that, you know, he got a chin. So that must mean he know Boots cracking. You know what I mean? Hannibal was good with it. Tank needs to build that bridge with all networks. He do. You do. And the reason why I agree with that real quick, Hannibal, the reason why, because he's too big a star and it could only make him bigger. You know what I mean? Being open to work with other people and fight in different places outside of where you the man at, because I think you could be the man wherever you go. But I would like him to see him be open to building that bridge, that closing that gap with all networks. That way, Hannibal, you know, because he's God's biggest fight. And one thing we tired of hearing is the size of the streets or where somebody signed or a network being the reason that a fight is not happening. So I would definitely like to see him, you know, bridge the gap or just, build that bridge with these other guys, man. Similar, Deontay Wilder had issues with Eddie Hearn once upon a time, didn't really favor him too much, but you see that he put that behind him. They've been able to put that behind him and do business. So hopefully there's an opportunity for Tank and Eddie Hearn to work too. I mean, and Turkey as well. Black Eye Boots at 147. It seems like it, but like I said, with Barrios saying what he said in his clip that I'm about to play, and the fact that him and Brian Norman, Boots and Brian Norman's team already negotiated, I heard they were going to revisit that after this fight. So Boots do got to take care of business against Karen, which I believe he will. It was this November 9th. And that is going to be what it's going to be, I think he got at least 2 opportunities there to somewhat secure what could be a unification for him, right? And they will both be good fights, whether that's Brian Norman or this guy Mario Barrios that, got a fight, but he got a tough fight coming up with Abel Ramos as well. So that's not no just guaranteed win. He gonna have to work. You know what I mean? It's a competitive fight on paper. It's gonna be that in the ring. That's not gonna be an easy fight for Mario Barrios. But like I said, it's definitely one he can win. But if he's to win that, I like what he's saying, how he's willing to unify with Boots. So let me play this short clip for y'all.
What's the likelihood that you ever unify with Boots or any of the other champions?
It's very likely. I think 2025 is going to be a really exciting year for the welterweight division. I mean, we all, I feel like all of us champions currently, we have the same, mentality. Like, we all want to fight the best. We all want to bring, these big fights, to the boxing fans. And, that's more than, that's very likely. Yeah.
Which of those unifications, Stanionis, Norman, or Boots, do you think is the most realistic? Like it could really happen next year?
I think all of them, for sure. I mean, they all, each of them, has its own issues, business-wise. I think realistically, Stanionis would be the easiest to make. He's fought, with PBC plenty of times. But yeah, I would love a fight, with any of the other current champions.
Do you see Ennis as the toughest challenge out of the other 3 title holders?
I think he's the most difficult, like skill-wise.
Yeah, so you heard that, man. Look, he did highlight what we already know with, he's saying Stanionis could be the easiest to make because he did multiple fights with PBC, but Boots also was on that side of things too. But like I said, if they picking, I know Boots probably won't be their first choice, but good thing for Boots, like I said, y'all, Mario Barrios sound like he's willing, right? And of course, he got to stand on it when an opportunity presents itself. But I take him to be a real fighter, somebody that don't duck smoke. There's not too many people that you can name that fought Kean Davis and Keith Thurman, and he fought Keith Thurman in his first fight at 47. So the dude ain't about ducking no smoke, right? But he still got to deliver if that opportunity presents itself. They can say anything now and then switch up later. So I don't think he'll do that. I'm gonna hold out on that. I'm gonna be optimistic. I believe in Mario Barrios as a fighter. I think he'd be willing to challenge himself, and you would be a fool not to want to at least attempt a unification. What's the point of having a title if you don't want no other title? So I heard him say Stanionis, Urban Mack was good with it, bro, saying he felt like that fight would be the easiest to make. And I think all these fights should be easy to make because y'all have titles and y'all should want what the other guy has, respectfully. And the only way you're going to get it if you sit down at the table and do some type of business. So good thing for Boots. If Stanionis and Team Stanionis feels like, Team Mario Barrios and his team feel like Stanionis is the initial target. The good thing for Boots is he still has that Brian Norman situation. And they could essentially pick up where they left off at the last time, right? Where they wasn't able to close out on the deal. But they can, essentially, resume negotiations or they pick back up and maybe make a fight. So if Mario Barrios and his team is focusing on Stanionis for one reason or another, then you still got Boots and Brian Norman that could be made. And there you go. That's even sweeter because and this is in a perfect world, of course, y'all. Let's say just based on the way Mario Barrios sounded in his clip, that they target Stanionis. Maybe they feel like the fight easier or whatever. Maybe they feel like they got a better chance of beating him because he just said he feel like Boots is the most difficult skill-wise, right? So if he goes in that direction and Boots can ink a deal with a guy that they was, in my opinion, I feel like they was making some type of progress there, right? With Brian Norman. So if they can really ink a deal, make that happen, and Stanionis and Barrios fight, you know what I mean? Those are two unifications right there. There's no reason in the world why the winners of both of those fights shouldn't get right in the ring with each other. And I ain't sitting up here trying to play matchmaker, but this shit is simple. Boxing need to start making this shit simple. It's pie. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. We want to see these titles be unified, and we want to see one champion. So only way that's gonna happen if they start making the fights that need to be made. And I feel like, you know, those are the fights that make a Stanionis and Barrios, and then Boots and Norman. And the winners of those fights should fight each other for undisputed. It's that damn simple. I hope they don't make this more difficult than it needs to be. I swear I do, man. I hope not. Boots definitely the toughest, right? Irvin Mack, my guy. Got Stanionis over Barrios, yeah. Cal Cooley, blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? Just played that little clip you had sent me. Ain't nothing wrong with that thrill. Look, Stanionis is tough, man. Stanionis is tough, and he's very game. I just feel like Mario Barrios fought some better competition. I feel like Mario Barrios fought better competition. I think he's a bit better boxer, but he can mix it up as well. I think he boxes better, and I believe he's longer, taller, and with longer arms. I have to double check to be all the way sure on that, but I believe so. I think he can do a mixture of both, but at a higher level than Stanionis. Now, I could be wrong, and Stanionis could force the kind of fight that will nullify all that boxing stuff, right? Because he like to get in there and bang and mix it up, but he gets hit a lot to me. And he only knows one way, coming forward and slugging it out, banging it out. I think Barrios, especially given some of the people he's been in there with, two fighters that jump off my head, you know, come to mind immediately is his two losses, that being from Tank and Thurman. That's a lot of experience, man. And I know they were losses, but I think he gained a lot of experience in that Keith Thurman fight. And some could arguably say he's been looking better since those losses. Bruce Gas, peace to the OG. How you feeling today? Jose Diaz, my guy. Well, it's just basic science. It's not rocket science. Every time I go to Q, I cannot send a message. Damn, I hate that. Shout out to my guy, Jose, man. Ernest, what it do, family? Who you think punches harder, Tank or Stanionis? Man, it's tough to say, right? But you know right off the bat, even if he's not the harder puncher per se, Ernest, you know he's the better puncher. If that makes sense to you, right? Like, you know, I don't want to just anoint Tank. He hit harder than a guy that's heavier than him, but we know how hard they say it's how hard people say he hit, and how they feel like his power translate up to multiple weight classes up. You know what I'm saying? So even if Tank isn't the harder puncher, he's definitely a better puncher than Stanionis for sure. I think that's why Tank get the knockouts, his setups. I think the way he delivers his punches too. He know how to throw his punches and get the most out of them. So I would definitely say Tank is a better puncher for sure. Jordan Smith, my guy. What it do, Jordan? How you feeling, man? Yeah, man. Y'all make sure I punch the like button. All that good stuff for you, boy. We're going to just keep building on this conversation, man. Like I said, man, I just hope they make this easy, man. I hope they make this easy for boxing fans and the fighters, bro. This shit ain't difficult, man. Let me talk to y'all for a minute about what I really think at the end of the day. I think Team Brian Norman already had a fight lined up, but obviously if you can get a big bag and fight for unification and fight Boots, yeah, you're going to entertain that for sure. But why I don't feel like anybody on either side is kicking and screaming, because guys are allowed to then proceed and have title defenses. Mario Barrios about to have one with Abel Ramos. Stanionis I believe is fighting as well. Stanionis is fighting. Did they say Gaiasov? I got to double check my messages. I believe Stan Jonas is going to be back in the ring soon. And then on top of that, you got Mario Barrios fighting Abel Ramos. Stan Jonas, I believe, is getting back in the ring. Boots is fighting Karen, right? And Brian Norman fight was postponed, I believe, because of a hand injury, I think, in camp. I think he had a hand injury. So what I'm saying is it looked like all the titleists are at least allowed to get a defense in before they jump in there with each other. Now, in the perfect world, that's something they want to do, get another bag, get an opportunity to defend the title, and then opportunity to compete for another title in the unification in the perfect world. So like I said, man, it's very simple, man. The landscape is all laid out. It don't need to be a whole bunch of fights for people to for somebody to be undisputed. It really don't. It's a matter of making a couple of fights, given the fact that everybody that has a title look like they about to defend it against somebody else outside of one of the titleists, right? After that point, there is no need to put them guys, and I mean all of them, all the titleists in there with anybody else outside of a world champion at 147. Boxing need to stop playing and make this shit easy. The Butcher was good, fam. How you feeling? Welterweight 20, you get me? Let them champions mix it up, man. I don't want to see nothing else. Like, we just put the champions in there with the champions. Yeah, he'll get you with either hand. 2025, the year of the unifications, are more politics and excuses. Hopefully unifications, Jordan. Hopefully unifications, bro, because that's what we want to see. We want to see unifications and fights that matter, especially when these guys are work their way all the way to get these titles. Brian Norman upset the apple cart, shocked a lot of people. Now he here now. You know what I'm saying? He got a defense coming up. Stan Jonas, he been hanging around. He about to fight. You got a Barrios. He about to fight. Boots. He about to fight. Like I said, I don't care which way they mix and match those champions, but just do it. And the way it seems, like I said, the fact that Barrios mentioned Stan Jonas first, it's not going to be surprising if that fight does come to fruition or if they go in that direction, right? But again, it's good for boxing because it's a unification. It gets us one step closer to undisputed. And for Boots, you know, their focus is just the champions alone. So if Stan Jonas and Barrios end up tied up in a perfect world, then Boots could go ahead, like I said, and resume, negotiations with Team Brian Norman and get that smoke. Humble Dragger, what it do, fam? How you feeling? So that's how I would like to see it. I mean, I don't think nothing else really makes sense. I think that's the direction they need to go. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing games, man. The Boots era has begun. It's time to really put that man in the fights to excel his career. And I think unifications do that for him. Anything less than that, if I was Boots, I'm taking my ass to 54. I'm not about to keep playing with the guys at 47 in the politics of boxing. So hopefully, you know, like I said, he can get Brian Norman in the ring because despite what Barrios is saying, I still pay attention to what he initially said. And the first name came out his mouth for a fight with Stan Jonas. So we'll see. We don't need unification, just meaningful fights. I mean, yeah, listen, the belts don't mean as much to me as it do to the fighters, obviously, right? But when you got the landscape laid out like that, Jordan, where you got, you know, 4 champions and guys are looking to create separation and really get a stronghold on the division, best way to do that is to put champions in there with champions. And the interesting and entertaining part about 47 is it might not be as deep with names as it was a few years ago, but they still got real talent, and all the guys that hold titles will make entertaining fights. So I just hope that that's something that they're focused on, and that's the direction that they go, because that's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Eddie's and paying what it would take to make a unification. Tunnel vision was good, fam. Realistic fight he can make for unification. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what we talking about. Dragon Assassin was good with it. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, so he said it. He fought on PBC multiple times. He feel like, you know, that'd be an easier fight to make. And I could understand that. And I could also see it. So with me being able to see that, I could also see, like, I already got word that they would be looking to revisit Brian Norman fight. So I would be optimistic that they can make that happen, bro. I would be optimistic. Like it's perfect. It makes all the sense in the world. Let them go ahead and make the easier fight. But once you got two champions with two titles apiece, you get what I'm saying? I think all parties involved become interested, right? You get what I'm saying? And making that fight, because that'll be the last fight to make. So you literally got Undisputed possibly being what, 3 fights away in a perfect world? 3 fights away. Get what I'm saying? Let Boots get Karen, and after that, he get a unification, and after that, somebody else should have 2 titles, and it should be Undisputed, man. It's that damn simple, man. But we already know how politics go, so we're gonna see. So went 12 rounds with a Charlie horse, won by split decision, but the promotion could have been better since nobody saw it. Oh man, shout out to Humble Dragon, man. Bro said he went 12 rounds with a Charlie horse, man. I know how that is, bro. Know how it is. But y'all talk to me, man. How y'all feeling about this? Is just do all point? Am I tripping? You know, I do really like this fight for Boots Ennis, man. I do. Karen can't do nothing with him. Karen ain't got enough to be able to beat him, man. So I just hope that they just go ahead and allow this dude to chase his goals, man. Air son PVC stuck at 147 and 54. I mean, I get it, but the thing is, the activity and what Boots was looking to do, stay active. And I think they was about to be in no man's land. They was about to find themselves in that territory where you're not getting fights consistently enough. You get what I'm saying? Tunnel vision. I think that's one of the problems in general for any fighter that's trying to establish himself and stay busy. I think that's one of the I think that's one of the issues that stop people from necessarily signing on with them, if that makes sense to you. You get what I'm saying? Because we know they got an issue with, like, we just don't be knowing what their dates are and if they got enough of them. You know what I'm saying? And how active is guys going to be able to be? Like, think about it. Some of their biggest stars on the roster have been, their careers have been plagued to a degree by inactivity. You get what I'm saying? So I know it'd be seeming like the ideal situation because sometimes they have the fights that it seem like people want to see. But I think it's a lot to consider before people really truly sign on over there. You know what I'm saying? But weight don't hurt him because it's like getting harder each time to make 147. I get that. So far, he said he good. You know what I mean? So far, he said he good. So I'll believe him until he start looking spooky on the scale. But I'm with you. Because at some point, he going to have to grow up out of there. Pete and Pad, Hook, undefeated. Shout out to Humble Dragon, stretched out boxing. What's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Thomas Hill, my guy. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all socking the like button out. Let's keep building, man. Let's keep hitting these goals, man. Let's keep rocking. But we ain't done. But yeah, man. So that I think that's the that's one of the big reasons why somebody ain't looking to just jump over there to PVC. Because it's like you be knowing who their established stars are. And if you don't fit into that fold, you could find yourself in no man's land facing a lot of inactivity. Like think about it. Some of the biggest stars that have been priority has suffered through their own share of inactivity. You name it, from, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence. Like you've seen it happen. So I just think when you looking at Boots Ennis and how long it was taking him to get back in the ring after that Via fight, it was getting a little concerning. Now look at it this way: since moving from that situation and signing on the Matchroom, he about to have his second fight in Philly and I was at the first one, had a crazy crowd. I want to try to make this one as well, but he had a crazy crowd out there. You get what I'm saying? So I don't, man. I just got to keep building, man. Eddie Hearn just got to make something shake for him, bro. He got to. He has to, But I mean, Bozy did say it though, bro. If they can't get none of the champions, they going up, Yeah, facts, Hannibal. You get what I'm saying? And look, when I speak on that, that's not me trying to blame the PBC how people do. It just obviously seemed like you see enough cases of it where you can say it's some type of an issue over that way. in terms of keeping people active and getting them all the fights. So I think that's why people are looking, especially when you talk about Boots, him and Shakur both got shorter term situations with Matchroom. Boots got 3, Core got 2. Boots about to fulfill his second one. Core's supposed to be getting his first one out the way in February. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what they were both looking to do. Remain active and be able to make money. And as long as they're not in anything too long term, they don't stop, potential big future fights from happening. Right. So just want to see it play out, man. Eddie, man, you on the clock, dude. We all watching and see how you move this talent, man. But you gotta deliver at some point. It's not about blaming him, but at the end of the day, if he can't deliver at all, he ain't gonna be able to shake that jacket, man. He ain't gonna be able to get that jacket up off him that he can't make. American stars, he just can't move them. You expect to get all these fights from the PBC fighters. Nah, that understood, bro. Understood. But check it out. Look at it like this, though, tunnel vision. And I get it, like, with the in-house fights thing, but he didn't leave there on bad terms. You get what I'm saying, tunnel vision? Bozy said they still cool. They just went to, do something else. So that what you're saying, I get it. It makes sense, but this also could be a factor. The fact that he didn't leave on bad terms and didn't burn no bridge. You get what I'm saying, tunnel vision? Why wouldn't you want to work with a Boots Ennis and potentially make a unification fight? Because it not only benefits him, but that other fighter as well. You get what I'm saying? It's a matter of these dudes want to work with each other and do what makes sense for boxing. You know what I mean? We can't turn around and expect all them. Not that I get, but see, that's we looking at it wrong. Because for me, bro, that's what I'm tired of. That's why I want people to essentially put their egos aside and start working together, because who you signed to shouldn't stop a fight from happening. You get what I'm saying? When the fight makes sense, make the fight. You get what I'm saying? I know what point you going, where you coming from, and that's real. You know what I mean? You're not in God's stable, they less likely to cross the street and do business with each other. But that shit kills boxing, and it kills the fights. Banks, Hayes, what it do, Banks? How you feeling, my guy? Shout out to Dragon Assassin. I'd rather be active fighting bums and inactive waiting, because at least you getting paid too, Hannibal. And it's not saying you want to fight any bums, right? But you have to box. You got to get paid. Can't just be sitting on the sideline. You get what I'm saying? For nobody. And I'm telling you, just do the math. Look how Boots was about to run into that same situation of inactivity, bro. He was about to run into that. You know what I'm saying? And already he in his second fight. So there is some good to come out of the situation. He is getting paid. You get what I'm saying? He allowed to stay active. You hear guys saying that they'll be willing to fight him. So we just got to wait and see. Like I said, I'm truly hoping that they revisit the Brian Norman situation, because I do think, based on what Barrios said, and with that fight possibly being easier and it being in-house, somewhat of an in-house fight, like what Tunnel Vision is speaking of, I could see Stanionis and Barrios fighting first. But like I said, can't you see them being willing to make the fight now? If one of their guys, say Stanionis and Barrios fight, Barrios win. Now he got 2 belts. He unified. Say Boots fight Brian Norman. You get what I'm saying? And be unified. Why in the hell would all parties involved not want to make that undisputed fight? It's just so simple. It's right there for the taking. Shout out to my brother Thomas Hill for the 10-piece in the Cash App. Said the road less travel. Keep blazing the trail, fan. That's love. Appreciate you, Thomas. Much love, Brody. Let's keep running it up. Let's keep hitting the goal. And most importantly, we're going to keep building.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to Thomas Hill, man, my guy. Man, we gonna keep rocking, man. We're gonna look. I think that's where we at with it, man. I think guys, when it comes to PBC, I think that's just one problem, one issue that we could say has existed, and it's been inactivity plaguing career. So I don't think people are not willing to go there, but they definitely gonna weigh other options, especially if they can be put in situations that don't have to be super long term, but allow them to not only get paid but stay active and hopefully get the right fights to move their career forward. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see it all play out the right way, man. It's all there for the taking. 147 is wide open, but yo, in a matter of 3 fights or so, we could really see an undisputed fight if they, you know what I'm saying, people play ball. Make no one want to smoke, but Hearns on games. Hearns care about UK fighters more. I get you. Aisha, peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling today? A woman of distinct. Oh, shout out to the queen, Lisa Cash. What it do, man? How you feeling? Urban Mac. I'm not saying they left in bad terms. Yeah, but they're not just sending you fighters and you're not paying what is expected to do so. Yeah. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But that could be also a factor, right? You know what I mean? At least he ain't burned a bridge. So there should be an opportunity to make that fight and want to work with that guy, right? Some of the reasons why fights don't be being made, lack of relationships and different things like that. At least with him, they're familiar with him. They worked with him before in the past. So I don't see why they wouldn't be willing to. You get me? I mean, I'm optimistic. I'm being optimistic. I know how boxing is, but I'm being optimistic because there's just no excuse for it, right? I'm tired of hearing, oh, he signed over there. Well, that fight can't happen. Like, why not? You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all in the same sport, right? Y'all still in the same weight class. Nah, well, he signed over there. That fight can't. Man, I don't want to hear that no more. I think that's just bad for boxing. Man, dudes be gatekeeping and trying to keep belts, you know, on their side, man. And it just we miss fights all the time, man. Shout out to my guy, Big Dre. Hello, all. Let's hit that super chat challenge and build one, my man. Just do. That's love. Appreciate that. Yeah, we gonna get there. Mike Kirkland. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? Don, what it do, fam? In activity, he was never signed to them. Yeah, he was never signed to them, but he worked over there. Notice, keyword, you telling me all the stuff I know. You saying all the stuff we know. I don't know if we having the same conversation. Look, maybe you feel like the fights can't happen, but I'm not going to have that conversation because it'll be a short one. At the end of the day, I like to hear that fighters are willing to fight other fighters. I feel like that's half the battle. Now you got to get your team involved because I understand a fighter is going to be a fighter, but teams are there and they gonna move you how they move you. So hopefully they can all get on the same page. Like I said, it don't have to be him and Barrios next, and I could see it being Stan Jonas and Barrios, but it should be no reason why Brian Norman, like I said, and Ennis can't resume negotiations. Like I was already told that's a real possibility that they're gonna do anyway. So I don't know. I'm not focusing on the politics side of it. I'm really looking from a boxing standpoint. You got fights right here to be made, and they should be made. And if not, look, if Boots can't get the fights because of where he signed to, then he goes up, and 154 just goes on absolutely ablaze. So I think it's some good to come out of this, regardless, right? It ain't. Listen, Boots talent will far exceed 147. So if them guys don't want to play ball, if they feel like you're over there with Eddie and they don't want to, you know, do business and they ain't getting enough money, then Boots could go up to 54 where everybody usually does fight each other. So I don't have no reason to believe that it would be any different with him. And you be great up there. You know what I mean? You did your best you could at 47. Politics wouldn't allow you to be greater than just that one belt. And if that's the case, go on up and be great, man. LaMarcus, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Claude in the building, Boots is nice. Absolutely, he is, bro. Shout out to my guy, Don. My guy, give it everyone they just do. Salute. You get me? That's all. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting it, man. Got to show love to these fighters, man. They need it, but they need to make sure that they're moving right. They need to make sure that they're delivering the fights when we can get them, not misleading the fans, man. Just standing on business. 147 is wide open, bro. There's no reason in the world why we can't get good fights. But I understand 1,000,000% with tunnel vision is saying that it's a good chance that could be the case, and it could play out that way, you know, but I'm just hopeful that it won't. You get what I'm saying? All these games need to stop being played. These champions need to fight. And truth be told, I think all these dudes could use a title defense and then go to get the unifying. Hopefully that's what happened. Anything else, like what are you going to do? Want to hold the title and just keep defending it, but not against no other champions? No, Barrios got to want the other belts. You got your foot in the door now, Stan Jonas. You got to want the other belts. You get what I'm saying? These guys got to want that for their teams. I don't see why they wouldn't want that for their fighters.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my guy, Don. Much love, bro. All things was good with it, bro. I do want Boots and Crawford. I'm gonna play a video. That's definitely not gonna happen. I'm gonna play a video about that. I forgot an interview that Boots did earlier too. Fresh Baker, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Shout out to you, man. Bob got that bread, yeah, man. Bob, that bag, yeah. They all do. These dudes gotta play ball with each other, bro. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, said for the gold today. Appreciate you always.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
And again, man, I just want to be clear. I don't got all the answers, but I'm strictly responding and reacting off of this interview and what I feel like these fighters want. So nothing is simple in boxing because they make things difficult. They make things difficult. I'm so sick of hearing like, oh, this guy's over here. Well, they're not going to work together, so that's not going to happen. Nobody could have told me. There's no one move I think that Boots could have made that would have been the perfect move. Like this PBC thing drives me crazy. Like it has to be a reason why that wasn't where he decided to be at. You get what I'm saying? Like I just don't feel like that's the answer all the time. Like going over there is going to get him all the fights. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Them belts is a little spread out. It's about these dudes all giving the people what they deserve, and that's these champions fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Instead of everybody just holding on the belts, make these dudes start fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? It makes people greedy. Yeah. Absolutely, Big Dre. Facts, bro. Facts. I believe that too. I think the fact that he's been so vocal about it has had everybody hear it, and they like, you know what? They need this belt. And I think everybody might be a little, they might try to call for that bag before they get in the ring. But good thing for him, he already got some history with Team Norman. So maybe, like I said, they could pick up where they left off, Creek Fighter actor wasn't signed to him. They did a lot for him without him being signed. I mean, shit, why wouldn't you, though? He had talent. Why wouldn't you? He did a lot. Yeah, they did a lot, but they ain't do enough, though. They ain't do enough. Who is he realistically fighting at 54? So hold on. Let me make this clear. Let me because I'm trying to have this. I'm trying to have this build, but you killing me. You killing the conversation bad. So now you're telling me he shouldn't be over there at Eddie Hearn. This is what it sounds like. He shouldn't be over there at Eddie Hearn. He should be at PBC to get the fights, right? When he was dealing with them, wasn't signed to him, but dealing with them and wasn't getting the fights. But you're telling me the right move is for him to be over there, right? Not be with Eddie Hearn. So you killing all the fights at 47, saying he's not going to be able to get none of them fights. Then you saying he go up to 54. He's not going to be able to get none of them fights either. Who can he realistically fight? What kind of conversations are we having? Like he can't fight nobody. I don't know, man. That's tough. That's tough. You killing the conversation. You telling me he can't fight none of these guys at 47 because he's with Eddie. Should have been over there at PBC. Can't expect them to want to send all their fighters over. Like I'm not about to play the politics game. I want to talk boxing, and we can't do that if we so heavily focused on, oh, this guy ain't gonna work with this guy. This guy can't fight that guy. We don't know. There's not enough reason for these fights not to happen, is what I'm saying. So I don't want to have a conversation every day that's about fights not happening. Yeah, Boots ain't gonna do this. Boots should have did this. I don't know. Like I don't know. When I hear a guy say he willing to fight, you get what I'm saying? That's a good sign for me. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't think we would get to David versus David. That happened, right? I don't know. I don't want to have a conversation where we shooting down all the fights and opportunities for a guy before they even get there. Because it's like, what is he supposed to do? So Boots really should retire. What should he do? He's not gonna fight at 50. Nobody at 47 because he over there at Eddie Hearn. He go up to 54. The question is, who could he realistically fight? So what is Boots gonna do? So nobody is gonna fight Jaron Ennis? I just don't think that's the case, man. I'm optimistic, man. I think, like I said, I already got word that they will be looking to make a Brian Norman fighter and rehash that situation potentially, right? So that might be a fight for him. Will he make it to be undisputed? That's a stretch. But I've already said if he can, and they've already said if he can't get them fights, then he goes up to 54. But if he go up to 54, nobody's gonna fight him either because he with Eddie Hearn. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't feel like the answer is PBC. I'm busy. What's good with it, bro? I don't know. Some of their biggest stars are just too inactive, bro. And everybody is not looking to sign on to inactivity. One thing I learned about short time with you is that boxing is going to be boxing. So I got my opinions to be real. Job is to sit back and enjoy the show. That makes it a lot less stressful. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's why I say, man, I don't want to kill the conversation like by saying what fights could he get? He can't get this fight. He can't get that fight. I don't know, man. So what Boots gonna do? Retire? You know what I'm saying? Boots didn't want to sit on the show for 2 years. This is what I'm saying. They clearly said he went to Matchroom for activity. Like he was already on that side. He wasn't signed to them, but that should be a sign right there. Why wasn't they signed? Why wasn't he signed to them? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like people want PBC to be so much of a priority, but are these fighters priority to PBC? And if not, why would they be looking to sit there and be on the shelf? You get what I'm saying? I don't think guys is trying to sit around and be shelved. You know what I mean? Be sitting on the shelf on the sidelines trying to rock with a promotional entity that might not even, make you a priority. Ramon, what's good with it, family? Shout out to my guy, Plat Boy Plays. He says, show tonight at 9:30 your time. For sure. Time for Shock Fighter. You're welcome to be on the panel. Yo, you already know, man. Shout out to Shocky, man. That's going to be a good one, man. He said they don't need the judges this time, man. So I hope he get his just due. But I believe in him. I think he's gonna get this.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my guy, Plat Boy, man. I will be tapping in with you, Brody. I'm looking at what I believe can be realistically made. But again, what's unrealistic about any of these fights being made? What's unrealistic about it? You don't think there's a chance that he can get none of the champions in the ring at all? And then that's exactly why I said if that is the case, then they're going to find themselves at 54. So if they up there, you're telling me they're not going to fight nobody either. I think that's a better option than sitting at 47 where you're not going to – and if you're not going to get no champions, it's definitely a waste of time down there because you done beat up everybody else. The only thing that makes sense for Boots at 47 is championships, aside from him tying up this mandatory, which is a loose end. But at the end of the day, he gotta be in a situation where he could be active. So it might get to a point Boots might just have to fight exactly who's gonna get in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? And just keep trying to build that way. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I want to take all the fights off the table for him, but I don't think it'll be simple as it should be, but I don't want to create a scenario where none of these fights can happen. I think they can. It's just a matter of people wanting to really make the fight and not be greedy. Old money swag, what it do, man? Shout out to Platboy. Will PBC couldn't offer him a fight date after Barrios changed their fight date 2 times to duck. Shout out to Will 85, man. Al Booger, my guy. Shout out to Big Dog Willie for the 10-piece. He said, breaking news. Bill Haney went to Puerto Rico and became the first American to be considered the best salsa dancer on the island. And then went to China, became the best chopstick user in history. Fact. Big Dog is unlimited. He keep it rolling. Every day he got a new one, bro. Shout out to Big Dog Willie always.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
And then I think, again, furthermore, I think something else to consider is when we talk about these unifications and these fights being made, it almost sounds like it only benefits Boots Ennis. It don't benefit no other champion to pursue any other champion. These other guys that got these titles, they should want to fight a guy like Boots. I know it's dangerous, but, Barrios said he got a chin. Say he got a chin and he'll fight him, And I know that's just he just talking for right now, but I believe in him. I don't think Barrios no duck, but you got to get his team on board because you heard what his coach said. His coach spoke about money. So I do know right off the bat, one of the focal points or a potential roadblock is going to be money. They want to get paid for him, but I feel like Eddie Hearn should have known that the minute he signed Boots Ennis on, if y'all get what I'm saying. You signed him on. What did you think? It was going to be easy? You keep talking about how you got the best fighter in the world. Barrios said, man, he the most dangerous skill-wise. Like, everybody know this dude dangerous. They gonna want to get paid to get in there with that danger. That's all I'm saying. And I ain't saying break the bank to make unifications and be bitched around in negotiations, but damn, You're going to have to do something for this young man. You get what I'm saying? Or else it's going to be people. You got people already talking about Demetrius Andre 2.0. That's nasty work, man. That better not happen. Better get this man some fights. And Kello, what's good with it, bro? PBC has been putting on free cards also. They may start having more fights. We want to see it. You know, I rock with PBC. I don't have no issues, but I just know one of the issues that they've had with their fighters is inactivity and stuff like that. Let's go, Shock. Exactly, man. Aisha, we rocking with him till the wheels fall off. He gonna go get his lick back. Shout out to my guy, Ryan, man. What it do? Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Appreciate the support, fam. Shout out to you, 54. It's the place for the boots, in my humble opinion. I was thinking that too. Because look, this is how I look at it, right? And shout out to my guy Tunnel Vision, because he making great points. I want to make sure he know I acknowledge. I get where he going with it, but I don't want to go that route because then it kind of kills all the opportunities, right? You can't even be excited. But I look at it like this. We know the money is going to be one of the focal points at 47 for those guys to get in the ring. You heard Barrios trainer talking about it, right? You heard his people's talking about it. Stan Jonas said the offer wasn't even worth talking about, right? Brian Norman, they had 3 different offers. They trying to get money. We know that's going to be the issue. I don't think it should be no other issue, though. You get what I'm saying? But if Eddie Hearn is not willing to do anything different and these fighters ain't willing to play ball with the money that's being offered, then the only other option for Boots is 54, right? And my thinking is, y'all just tell me if I'm tripping. 154 was a hot division or a good division because of what made 54 stand out from the rest of the divisions, y'all? They mixed it up and they fought each other, right? It seemed like for whatever reason, one reason or another, politics didn't overly impact the fights that we got at 54. So that's my thinking for Boots. Just so y'all know where I'm going with it. I feel like guys at 54 actually fight each other. Jamel Charlo ran the table, you know what I'm saying? Got a couple rematches in the process and all that. I just feel like those guys really fight each other up there. So if worse come to worse and you can't get none of those guys in there with you at 47, then you got to have some luck up there at 54. It would just be crazy that nobody's going to fight you. You get what I'm saying? I just don't think that'd be the case. And it's some real good matchups up there at 54, man. So that's why I said that. You know, it's all right, 47. If it's sticky, they already said it, they going up too. And they got to feel like they're going to have opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have had at 47. They'll be there for them at 54. Shout out to my guy, Ryan, man. Appreciate the love, family. Goals. Show some love for Just Do by smashing that like button. It's free. Appreciate that.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your Just Do.
Shout out to my guy, Ryan. So that's where I'm at with it. PVZ is hated on by our own people. Yeah, I don't get it. I will never understand that either. I'm busy. I don't understand. I love what the PBC is doing. I do. I mean, they it's not all gonna be perfect, but when they put on a show, it's worth seeing. That's how I feel. Like I never understood the personal attacks. I just, me personally, I wish all these networks and promoters would work together in a perfect world so we could get no more sides of the street garbage. So no matter where nobody sign up at, that would never be the reason a fight don't happen. Now, if a fight don't happen because a fighter not trying to fight and they just don't want smoke, I could make peace with that more so because we can call that what it is rather than keep hearing sides of the streets. Are you over there with that person and you got to be over here for this? Like, man, that shit is just too demanding, man. I feel like it's no reason why these dudes shouldn't be interested in making the best fights available. And I feel like as long as they make money and make sense, then they should be making these fights. Why the hell don't we want to see these unifications and these dudes mix it up? You know what I mean? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? He had to understand the risk versus reward. LaMarcus, you get me? So you got to understand what the challenge was dealing with this dude, man. It's going to be tough to get people in the ring, man, because you keep selling. You a good promoter at the end of the day. He got a hell of a mouthpiece on him, Eddie Hearn. He won't shut up about how good Boots is. And I'm telling you, that got people looking like, okay. And then you got Boots on the other end, very open about, look, I won titles. And then you got people like, oh, really? So when they come knocking at their door, these dudes trying to get paid because they feel like they really need it. But I feel like it's an opportunity for Boots just as much as it is for the rest of these guys. I hate when people be Man, my bad, y'all. Shout out to my boxing mom, man. More support from the Queen, Barbara D, and the Cash App. Much love, much appreciation.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Peace to the Queen, my boxing mom. How you feeling? Appreciate the support as always. Opulent, what's good, family? How you feeling? Mixed it up. The fighters fought in PBC because Founder got the WBL belt on the mandatory. Key word though, man. They mix it up, man. And I just highlighted that run, but I feel like as a whole, let me not just highlight Charlo and his run because it was some in-house fights going on too. I won't ignore that, but I think the consensus is at 54, those guys are willing to fight each other. They mix it up more. You know what I'm saying? So I expect to see to a degree his problem somewhat get solved in terms of not being able to get fights. You know what I'm saying? Alphabet Boxing was good with it. Barrios gonna be asking for $10 million to fight Boots. He bet not. He bet not. He bet not. That's absurd though. But he did say he'd be willing to fight him. And again, it's easier to say this stuff when the pressure ain't on. But like I said, I think one thing we all feel about Barrios is that he's willing to fight, right? So as long as Barrios is willing to fight, bro, I don't see no reason why the fights can't happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be optimistic, y'all. You know, I know politics is a biatch. You know, I know it ruins the sport. But I'm hopeful for Boots, man, because what think about it. Think about how shitty the run for Boots has been. Now he's won, no doubt. He's put his name out there. He's performed at a high level. He's looked phenomenal in pretty much damn near all his fights, with the exception of one, and still dominated that fight, right? But you mean to tell me he was right there? The dude got more fights than Earl Spence, right? And Earl Spence managed to get undisputed. He just now getting the title, about to defend it. Like, I mean, well, he'd be defending it again, I guess, against Karen. But Virgil Ortiz was supposed to be his fight. He thought he was going to get a shot at Boots, Spence or Crawford. He didn't get that fight. They moved out the division. Virgil Ortiz moved out the division, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just been shitty. Like, he can't get the name fighter that would solidify him the way that people want to see it. You know, he just can't. It's been shitty. And now the thought that you going up to 54, that'll still be the problem, would be crazy, bro. So I'm hopeful for Boots, man, because I think he deserved the opportunity to showcase his talent against these other guys, these other champions, and make, carve out a legacy for himself. Like, this is the kind of fighter you want. No kicking and screaming. He don't be on social media too much. He just handle business. He ain't no clout chaser. He ain't no diva. None of that. This man just want to fight. And you mean to tell me the reason that he can't get these other guys in the ring is because he's talented and he's dangerous? That's crazy, man. That's got to be frustrating, bro. He ain't doing nothing wrong. Boots literally doing everything right. everything right. Man, it gotta suck, yo. It gotta suck. You just want to prove that you're great, and you want to prove it against these other people, and you can't get these guys in the ring. It's the wildest thing ever. Shout out to Big Dog Willie, man. Back in the super chat. He said, "Just dude, can you explain to the chat the demigod Bill Haney doesn't lose in anything? Bill beat Tyra Banks in a modeling contest without combing his hair." Oh, that's a fact. Without combing his hair, no shape up. Big Dog, he ain't even had the buffs on. You know what I'm saying? Big Bill Haney is undefeated, bro. Undefeated in everything. You know what I'm saying? You heard what he said. He 50-0 on these streets. Undefeated on them streets.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Big Dog Willie, shout out to you, bro. He's a fool, man. I think the fight's gonna happen. I want free side. I believe Boots got a plan moving. Just got to see. Yeah, I'm with that, Dante. I'm with that. I'm just optimistic, but I just want to make sure my bro understand. I get what point he making too, because that I would be a fool to ignore that. That's what he's saying is not legit and could be a real obstacle and a barrier to stopping these fights from happening. Because he really is highlighting the games that they play, and that's just the politics side of it. Oh, you over there on that guy? Okay, well, we ain't fighting you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing you no favors. When in reality, you're just killing the fights for the fans and opportunities for other fighters to prove their worth. And that should get frustrating. So like I said, for me, I'm just hopeful that Boots will get the opportunities that he deserves, man. Because again, it sucks for him that you do everything right and you still can't get these dudes in the ring, all because you could fight good. You know what I'm saying? That's what you supposed, all because you, imagine that, yo. Being able to get rewarded, y'all, because you do your job good, because you're good at your job. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's got to be frustrating. But I got a little clip, a little interview from Boots. Boots did a little interview earlier, and somebody brought up the Crawford situation. They would like to see the Crawford thing, but like I said, I think that's definitely dead in the water, especially after hearing this. But we're going to get to it, man. Y'all keep hitting the like button. We're going to keep building. Let me get to it. Pull this up, man. See what Boots had to say. Let's see what Boots had to say with Ariel Hawani. Shout out to Ariel Hawani. Zach B, what it do, my guy?
Wanted to have this gentleman on for.
And he said, I really think the sanctioned bodies don't really care for unifying or undisputed unless it's a big money-making fight. It holds up the belts. And they're 3% just saying, nah, I think what you just saying, Zach B, is just on point. Nah, you're right. And that's why I wanted to make sure I acknowledged my bro, what he was saying. It made sense, but I try to be more optimistic. And I know politics is real, but I hate it because if we weigh that into every conversation, man, it kills so many fights. But it's a real thing, though, so I understand why he brought it up. But you're right. I think if it's not a big money fight where their 3% could double or triple, then they're probably cool with just having guys defend the belts because the sanctioned body's still getting their money every time the belt is defended, right? But I feel like at some point, man, these fighters gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't supposed to be that the fighters work for them. They supposed to work for the fighter. And I think it got to get to a point where guys start demanding fights. Like I think Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford started the trend getting on the phone with each other. You heard Benavidez say he reached out to Morrell himself. Like there is something there. There's something going on there. And I like it. And I hope that more people take that approach if, in fact, they get to a point where they feel like they promoter or their teams ain't trying to make fights, man. I got to start taking y'all careers in y'all own hands, man, and trying to push for fights that make sense. Don't have y'all be nobody, just be a show pony, man. They want content. I'm telling you they do. Shout out to Ariel Hawani. This was Boots, man. Coming
Quite some time. Big fan of his. Love watching him fight. And he returns to action back in his hometown of Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center in a little over a week, November 9th to be exact. It's back on DAZN, his second fight under the Matchroom umbrella. He's one of the very best boxers in the world, one of the very best 147-pounders in the world. He is the pride of Philadelphia. He's the one and only Jaron Boots Ennis. He's kind enough to join us. There he is. Hello, my man. How are you?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's great to talk to you. It's great to have you on. I appreciate this very much. Looking forward to you returning. Second fight with Matchroom. How's it going so far? Are you happy with the move from PBC to Matchroom?
Everything is going great. You know, I'm excited to be back. Can't wait. I'm ready to go.
When you signed with them, was the plan always back-to-back fights in Philly?
The plan is to fight whenever, whoever, and wherever. I just just to stay busy. And just keep getting better.
Well, I watched a bunch of your fights on Showtime and PBC and whatnot, and they put you on some big cards and they featured you. I felt with your walkout, with the vibe, with the arena and the crowd, I was like, okay, this is what Boots has needed, and this is what he has deserved for quite some time. Like, it never felt like you truly got that spotlight on you. Once it was all said and done, did you feel the same way? Like, yeah, I'm the freaking man. I could sell at Wells Fargo. I could sell at an arena. I could headline. I deserve to be the man on the marquee. It was nice to finally get that.
Yeah, it was a blessing, to be able to, get that, and be the first fight at the Wells Fargo Center. That was crazy, and we made history. It was 16,000 plus. So, that was crazy. And I think this one's going to be even better.
Your performance in that fight back in July, you were happy with it overall?
My performance was okay. I watched the fight back a few times. Like I said, I felt rusty for sure. Even though I be in the gym, all the time, when you're not fighting frequently and sitting around waiting, sometimes you get a little stale. I I definitely was off a little bit. You know, my timing was off. Like punches that I usually like land, I was missing. I'm like, but it was cool. You know, I got the job done out, and I got to knock out the stoppage. You know, and that's all that matters. You know.
And real quick, I'm gonna try not to stop it too much. I'm gonna let it play through. Joseph was good with it, but you see what he's saying right here? You hear him talking about being off and being a little rusty, timing and stuff like that. This is why young, talented fighters, especially this type of talent, don't need to be in no situation where you find yourself being inactive and not getting fights, sitting on the sideline. And even if you got to bite the bullet and sacrifice potentially quality of fights for quantity and activity, then that's the sacrifice you make. And that's kind of the situation where Boots is in. But nobody could blame him, because who the hell want to see this type of talent not in the ring? Who the hell want to see somebody end up beating him because he rusty, or he just wasn't at his absolute best because he having these pauses, stops and pauses in his career? You want to see this man get in there and get it all, bro, and reach his full potential. He already being gypped out of fights because you got guys like Virgil Ortiz, which was supposed to be his big fight, up out of there because of health reasons. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford took so long. By the time they fought, they moved out the division, left Boots on the island by himself. He get a belt. Now these dudes sitting up here talking about they need X amount of money to fight. I know he tired of this shit. Man, let this man fight and be great. Ray Davis, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Man, I hope he stopped caring too, Aisha. I swear I do.
This makes for even better, you know, performance this time out.
Did you feel any extra nerves, anxiety, pressure because it was the big homecoming for you?
You know, I actually like fighting at home. You know, it don't phase me. You know, I'd rather be home. You know, just it's easy. You know, I don't got to sit in a hotel. I can sleep at my house. You know, and everything is easier when you're at home. You know, and I feel way comfortable being at home, fighting at home.
Did you just stay at home the entire fight week? Like, did you drive from your home to the arena on Saturday night?
Yeah, I was driving back and forth. Yep,
amazing.
From my house.
Same time this time. Same thing this time around.
Yeah, same thing this time around. You know, I get home cooked meals. I don't got to go out and get food. You know, it just, you know, I love it. You know, it's no pressure. You know, it's actually extra motivation.
Okay, so now.
And one thing I want to say real quick too, I will give Eddie Hearn credit for this. Y'all remember the initial reports was he was going to have to defend his belt in Germany. You notice that's not the talking point now. The fight is happening in Philly. So that just didn't just magically happen. I will give Eddie Hearn credit for facilitating a move to make sure that this fight was in Philly where it made sense to be had at instead of Germany. Shout out to Eddie for that. But it's still I still look at it as the Eddie Hearn experiment, and I'm just waiting step by step to see what he's able to do with a talent like Shakur and a talent like Boots.
Now shoot straight with me. You know, the hardcore fans, when they found out that you were rematching Karen Chukazin, they were like, damn, this is not what we wanted for Boots. We wanted something bigger. We've seen this fight. It wasn't the greatest fight of all time. He was running around like we don't need this again. What was your reaction when you found out that this was going to be the fight?
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, like my main objective is, you know, to get these belts, and then I was pushing hard to collect these belts and be undisputed and you know, at least unify, you know, and that was my goal. You know, those things fell out, and I had to fight my mandatory. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I really don't really care. You know, I'm ready to go in there and put on a show, have fun, you know, and look better this time, you know, and you know, just do my thing.
Considering you were talking about, you know, potential Norman fight, potential, you know, there was the Crawford thing initially that kind of dissipated rather quickly. When you just have to come to terms with the fact that you're fighting a guy that you already beat, how do you get?
Yeah, remember the Germany situation? Yeah, lost the purse bid, right? And I thought that looked funny too. Aisha to lose the purse bid, right? And that was wild. But on the back end, he must have had a better plan, Aisha, because he was able to make a move. I got to look at my messages. It was a specific move that he made that then allowed the fight to be in Philly where it's at. So it was kind of like one of those one hand wash the other situations, right? You rub my back, I rub yours. Or you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of thing. But Eddie did facilitate that situation and make sure that the fight happened in Philly. So kudos to him. He made it happen. But losing that purse bid was weird just to see it. I just thought he was being, I don't know what to say, cheap, but it was weird.
motivate in those early days of training? How do you like? Where does that come from? Where does the drive come from? Because you already climbed this mountain, and it was, it was very successful in your favor.
The motivation just come every day, just family, just in general, just putting on for my my last name, legacy. That's the whole thing. Just whoever they put in front of me, I'm gonna beat. So it don't really matter. I'm gonna just keep pushing, keep going forward, and big fights gonna come, bigger fights gonna come.
You see that real quick, y'all? Like that how you can't support that? Like people are, he don't fight nobody. He ain't, man, boots are hype. He don't fight nobody. Listen to his mentality. He want to fight everybody. He want to fight these people. He can't do nothing but fight who want to fight him back. That's it. That's it. How you can't support him? How is the only criticism you got for this dude is he don't fight nobody? Dude constantly trying to fight somebody. Even moved in a situation where people criticizing him going to Eddie Hearn. It's like, damn, y'all really don't support these fighters. Y'all study talking about what y'all think he should have did or what he should have did, how you feel about what he did, instead of listening to why he said he made the move and see how it's benefiting him. He wasn't getting them fights sitting in the current situation that he was in before he got here either. The man got more fights than Errol Spence and still can't get another champion in the ring. Y'all don't think nothing wrong with that? That's crazy. Hell yeah, I support this dude. They wilding. Get that man a shot. He ain't kicking and screaming. He like, bro, look, I can't worry about it. I don't even care. I'm just beating whoever they put in there and beating them up anyway, and we just gonna keep moving. You get what I'm saying? I feel like Devin and Boots, man. Robin Crown, man. Shout out to you, bro. Smash that like button, sub to the channel. Devin better stay far away from Boots Ennis. With much respect to Devin, I think he got work at 40 that he could really make some noise there if he's able to make that weight. But 47 in Boots, that'd be the wrong move for him. He won't have no advantages in that fight, and I think it'll go horribly wrong.
I have to say, lately, I don't know, and I know you're representing the IBF here as their champ, but why is the IBF like screwing everything up lately? I feel like they just kind of get in the way a lot. Like we get the undisputed heavyweight title, then they take the belt away and they make it, for Dubois to fight an interim belt. And now with Beterbiev and Bivol, they're like, now there's the mandatory. It seems like everyone's trying to move in the direction of undisputed, and IBF's kind of out there doing their own thing. And I feel like they kind of, the fact that they said, okay, this has to be the fight, the mandatory, it kind of screwed up what you were trying to get done. Am I wrong about this?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's okay as long as I'm still fighting, and I'm able to be busy, and keep fighting. That's the whole thing, Like I said, them belts gonna come. I'm gonna grab those belts next year.
Okay.
You see, like even with his attitude, so positive. Like, look, man, I'm just gonna keep fighting. Them belts gonna come. Them bigger fights gonna come. Look, all I can do is get in there with who want to get in there with me. But I know he tired of it. He being calm, but I know Boots tired of it. I know Boots ready to break somebody's face for one of them belts. This man hungry, bro. He's so humble and laid back. But I know he hungry, bro. I know he ready to beat somebody. I hope he stopped carrying. Matter of fact, Boots stopping carrying, man. He gonna get him up out of there this time.
And I'm not trying to rain on the parade, but you know this is out there, right?
Is.
People are saying they wanted something bigger for you, and I'm sure you did as well.
Everybody get
shot, right?
I mean,
of course, but like I said, at the end of the day, if I gotta fight my mandatory, I gotta fight my mandatory, and there's not no problem with that with me. This time we're just gonna beat them easier this time in a better fashion.
As far as that first fight and what you're trying to implement in this fight, would you categorize that fight as a frustrating one? It was hard to catch him. It was, he was moving around. He was on the bike, as they say. How would you look back on that fight, and what would you try to do differently this time around?
I watched that fight several times, and like I said, it wasn't nothing that he did. It was just more so just me, me just not listening to my corner and starting to lead. Like everything that I did from the 6th, 7th round on, that I feel like I should have did that. I should have did that earlier, and I probably would have got the knockout, But it's a lot of things. It wasn't him. It was basically me, And this time around, we're gonna expect the same guy, and he ain't gonna switch up nothing up, He gonna try a boxing move and do whatever he do, and we got something for all that. I've been studying him, and I've been working on a lot of things, and come fight night, it's gonna be fireworks, and I can't wait. It's gonna be a spectacular night for me.
I love the promotion for this with you and Bam Rodriguez, the posters, all this stuff, the two kings. very cool to see you two together.
Yeah, I like the
How do you feel
promotion,
about
too.
that? Him being the co-main to you being main, and then putting him on your
That's
card in
dope.
your
I like the
hometown.
post.
He's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. And I've heard from some fans say, okay, maybe we don't love that he is fighting Karen or who Bam is fighting, but them together makes this must-see TV because they're two of the best fighters fighting on the same card.
Yeah, for sure. You know, like I said, that's a blessing to have him. You know, have Bam on the card, and he top 5 pound for pound. You know, phenomenal fighter. You know, and I'm glad I'm able to have him. You know, on my card. You know, and like I said, me and him together is gonna make fireworks. And then you know the undercard is crazy too. You got Ray Savage. You got two of my fighters with Boost Promotion, Ishmael the Chef Muhammad, and Dennis DJ Thompson. You know, the card gonna be crazy. You know, there's a lot of upcoming great fighters on the card, and like I said, I think this one's gonna be even better and bigger.
True or false? By the time it's all said and done, you will fight Terrence Crawford.
Right. Hopefully it's true. You know, like I said, you know, I've been asking for those fights. You know, for that fight. You know, I'm tired of answering them same questions. You know, y'all go ask him. You know, I said yes plenty of times. I'm tired of answering them questions.
I understand that. I've asked him multiple times about it, and I've told him that I would love to see that fight happen. And the stance seems to.
Yeah, me too.
And the stance seems to be like, look, when I was coming up, I wanted to fight Pacquiao. You know, he didn't want to fight me because he was at a point. And I understand that stance now, is what he says. Do you understand where he's coming from, or do you think that there's kind of a duty to, you know, return the favor along the way?
I mean, everybody different, you know, and I don't know. I can't speak for him, you know. But you know, when it's my turn and I got to fight a young lion, you know, I definitely will, you know, give him that opportunity.
Would you say that's your dream fight right now?
I love fighting. I love beating people up. I don't care who it is. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, that's my whole thing. I want to fight any and everybody.
Fair enough. I understand. Can I ask, what's the difference between Al Heyman and Eddie Hearn?
No comment.
Is it just different styles, or?
What you mean?
Well, just in terms of their promotion, like you know, fighting under one compared to the other. What do you like one style?
They both phenomenal people. You know, great people.
Yeah, and Eddie's great too. I think some people here in America don't give him the time of day, or think how you know, De La Hoya said it, Leonard has said it.
You see, Boots gave that politically correct answer, bro. He said no comment initially. Did he said they both good people. Both good people. Smart man. You ain't got no issues, and whatever issues you got, it ain't for us to know. We don't need to know. Shout out to Boots. I don't know if somebody media trained him, but bravo to him for given the right answer, and not any issues you do got. Let that, because when you disclose personal issues with the people, all it do is spread, and it just becomes something that it don't need to be. And we the people will just know we can't fix it anyway. So it's best to keep that stuff in-house. And when somebody do ask you, hey man, he a great person. Look, I enjoyed being promoted by him. Great guy. Shout out to Boots. Chop Shop. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Man, I like it.
Stay in England.
I don't know if he should have done it, but there is an option, right? But I'm not. He just started getting to the point where he making money. So the fact that somebody would dig in his pockets just to make a fight is rough. So I just say it's an option, but I'm not mad at him for not giving up his bread. Blueprint was good. He said, well, Boots on the screen. Andy. Who about Boots?
But you can make a case right now. I think he's the best promoter in combat sports.
Come on, Andy Cruz.
Regardless of combat sport.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn's got a mouthpiece. You know, he do all the talking for you. You know, you don't gotta do too much talking, because he gonna promote you. He gonna say everything that need to be said. All you gotta do is sit back and fight and do what you need to do, and that's one.
That would be a huge difference, right? You don't have to do as much promotion, as many interviews, things like that.
Right. Yeah, facts, Zach. He shouldn't have to do it. It's just
it's
an
option,
option,
I guess.
but you don't have to.
Yeah,
do it.
he's like kind of like Don King style, Bob Arum style, as opposed to someone who's behind the scenes. I saw you ring the bell at a Sixers game recently. You're a big Philly guy, Philly sports guy. I'm a big Knicks guy, so sorry, about in the playoffs a couple months ago. But it's a good rivalry. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, your mom's from New York, is she not?
Yeah, my mom from New York. Yep. Yeah, she definitely. She was born in Brooklyn. So.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So does she represent? Does she root for the New York teams, or is she now fully Philly? Because that's where you grew up, and that's where I think you guys. She's lived there for so long, right?
She lived there for a little while, not too long. But my mom definitely she all Philadelphia teams.
Yeah. You like Embiid?
She rock with the Phillies and the Eagles and the Flyers and all that. She like us.
Okay. Like all.
Yeah, dude, like her. Now that was a Blueprint. That was Mario Barrios. That's
all the loser teams, the Phillies and the.
No, we're gonna beat y'all this year.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
In basketball?
For sure, yes.
What's the bet? What's the bet that the Sixers go further than the Knicks? What do you think? You think so? You really believe that?
Yeah, the Sixers are gonna go further than the Knicks for sure.
Man, I don't know. Embiid doesn't play. He doesn't know what it's like to win in the playoffs. Paul George, unreliable.
You're gonna see this year. That's all.
Oh, you feel it? You think you guys win? Do you think you guys are better than the Celtics?
I think so.
Really? Wow. Is he gonna play this guy? Embiid? Like, what's going on?
Embiid, I think he's gonna play. He should be playing soon.
Okay. Because did you see he got roasted on Twitter because he was saying he was talking about the Grand Slam. And he's like, holy shit, a Grand Slam in the playoffs. And people are like, oh, yeah, this is what it's like, delivering in the playoffs. Something you know nothing about.
No, I ain't see that.
He got roasted. He got roasted. I saw you chopping down some trees over there. You do that every day?
Yeah, not every day. I do it like every other day. Just got back to my old school training with my dad and things like that, and the rest of my team. Chopping wood is very good for you. Help strengthen up their forearms and everything.
That's it. How long you do that for?
It depends. Sometimes it's 15-minute street. Sometimes it's 30-minute street. It depends.
Okay. I mean, looks exhausting. Is that morning or nighttime?
Nighttime. Always nighttime. Everything I do is at night.
You're not one of those 4 a.m. guys?
I work out 3 to 4 times a day, so I do get up early. I had workouts in the morning, in the midday, and then I had workouts at night. So and things like that. So I do get up early. I'm not going to say I don't get up early.
When's your prime? Like, what is that? Like, is that like midnight?
Yeah, I love working out at night because I fight at night, and
that's right.
That's when I be feeling my best.
Let me ask you one more. There's some talk maybe a Teofimo Lopez fight could come to fruition in 25. I'm sure you're going to say you'd fight anyone. You're happy to fight anyone. But is that of interest to you? Him coming up from 140?
You bring them on, bring them all on. Like I said, like you just said, I want to fight everybody. I want to show the world that I'm the best fighter in the world.
How far away do you think we are from that when we're talking about Boots as number 1 pound for pound?
Maybe like 1 or 2 fights.
1 or 2 fights. Oh, I thought you were gonna say 1 or 2 years. You're right there. You think?
Yeah, I'm right there. I just need that one name. That's all.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. Good luck on November 9th. Thank you for coming on. I wish you the best.
Shout out to Boots.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, there he is.
Ariel Hawani, man. Nice build, nonetheless. Nice build from them boys. Like I said, it's just always good to hear from Boots, but you hear his energy. I just wanted y'all to hear that. And he tired of that Crawford stuff. He like whatever with that. He like fighting, bro. At the end of the day, I like the fact that he's not allowing stuff to bother him too much, right? He's more so just focused on the things he can control, which is fighting, just going out there and fighting, bro. So whoever it is, that's who it's going to be. In the meantime, he's just there to stay active and keep beating ass, man. And look, that's what I like about Boots, man. So I just want to see the man reach his potential and get the fights that he deserved. Like I said earlier, I was making a point that the man had more fights than Errol Spence, but trying to put it in perspective because Errol Spence has already had a chance to fight for undisputed. This man still scratching and clawing and can't get a meaningful fight just for nothing. You know what I mean? Every time it's time to, fight somebody, got to be a reason. You know what I mean? Like I said, Earl and Crawford, they found their way out of the division after they fought. Those fights both were off the table immediately for him. Virgil found his way, with his health. That Rabdo led him to be at 54, right? Took that fight off the table for him. Now he here with a belt, undefended it. He got to fight Karen again and still having trouble getting these guys in the ring, bro. So I know that shit just frustrating. Hopefully, Eddie Hearn could really make something shake for him in the meantime, because he gonna need it, bro. You need to make something happen and be able to get these other guys in the ring so you could grow this man profile and get him to the next level. Boots feel like he one fight away from and being pound for pound number one. That's going to be tough. I think you will need more than one name, but I get what he's saying. You definitely get on the list and you are up there on the list with the right kind of name for sure, because you're undefeated and you've been kicking ass with a bunch of knockouts. So we'll see. I think because Conor Ben just his little situation shaky, man. You know what I'm saying? I think his situation a little shaky. It's then Pride, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? The way the men did get a shot also. Yeah, but see, the difference is once he got the shot, the door stayed open for him and he was able to continue to chase the titles with Boots. He waited more than a while. Now he here. Now he got a title, and it's still hard for him to get guys in the ring, right? Where Errol Spence, I think he was a beneficiary of a lot of those title fights being in-house and easy to make. And then that last one definitely made sense to sacrifice, right? So I think that's what Boots got to do, man. If he can get one of them guys in the ring, get another belt, then maybe he can entice and influence some other guys to get in the ring with him. But we're going to switch gears on something, man, too, man. We're going to talk Damon, what it do, my guy. But shout out to Boots, man. Barrios said he willing to fight. You got the Brian Norman thing. Stan Young is still in the win. There's some type of opportunity. Like I said, the worst case scenario, just going up to 54 and try to be great up there, bro. I could see him doing that. But let's switch gears, man. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's talk about Keyshawn for a minute. My guy, Keon Davis, the businessman. And he did this interview. Shout out to Brian Campbell, man. He was talking some stuff up here, man. I think he addressed the Andy Cruz stuff. And I wanted to play this because he got a fight coming up as well. He another one doing this thing. And people keep talking. I don't know why people making all this fuss about Andy Cruz. I repeat, y'all, I do not have Andy Cruz beating him right now. Like at all. Not as a professional, I don't give a damn when he got in the amateurs. I don't see it. I think Keyshawn got a more pro-ready style. And I like his versatility and the layers that he showed in his game. He's defensively sound, offensively sound. He's smart, got good balance, man, good vision. This dude is a damn good young fighter, man. I don't think if they put Andy Cruz in there right now, they'd be making a mistake, in my opinion. But let's play some of this and let's see what the young Keyshawn Davis, the businessman, had to say. Yeah, he almost got. You seen it, Tay? He got clipped.
Have a lot of business coming up for the entire Davis family.
Antonio Moran, and I think he was being too greedy, trying to be, mix it up too much, and he got caught. He almost paid for it.
Yes, we're talking about November 8th, ESPN Plus, live at the Scope in Norfolk. All three Davis brothers, but that man right there, the unbeaten lightweight, Keyshawn Davis, in the main event against Gustavo Lemos. Keyshawn, fired up to talk to you, because you know what I love about you so far in this young career, businessman? You want all the freaking smoke. Like, you're not fooling around at all. This is not a show. What's up with that?
And that just speaks. I love putting on performances, and you can't have a great performance without another great fighter in the ring in front of you. So that's who I am.
That is who you are. Look, this is a big deal for your community, for your family. First major televised boxing event in Norfolk since 1994. Early signs are telling us this will be a sellout. What will this moment mean to you?
A lot to me, honestly, man. I love my city. I perform the way I perform because of where I come from. I get my character because of where I come from, my confidence, my mentality, everything is about where I come from. So when y'all go in that arena, y'all gonna be hearing a lot of stuff that, like, damn, it sound like Keyshawn a little bit, the accent, or it's been like, damn, these guys hyped up just like how Keyshawn be. So y'all just gonna see a lot of similarities out there, honestly.
See, he just told you where he get his confidence from. That's why I gotta get him up here. Because I promise you, if anybody ever heard me like speculate on where I think Keyshawn get all that confidence from and why he act the way he do, he just said it in the first couple lines right there. I've been saying this shit for the for at least 2 years.
Do you feel any added pressure getting the main event treatment, the hometown treatment, the whole idea that this kid's about to break through and look, all the pressure, all the spotlight is on you?
In terms of having the spotlight, no, I don't put any pressure on me. I know how to fight. So in that ring, I'm gonna just do what I was born here to do. But the lead up, the build up, interviews and stuff like that, it's definitely added pressure. It's just more that I gotta do now. And it's my first time experiencing it. So great experience, hard experience, but I'm enjoying the process for sure.
Indeed. Let's talk about the family here. Kelvin Davis, your brother, going to be on the card fighting at 140. Keon is going to make his pro debut here at 147. I don't know how many times in boxing history we've seen three brother professionals on the same card fighting. What does this mean for the three of you, for your family to have this opportunity like this?
It means the world, man. Shout out to Top Rank for putting this show on for us in my hometown, in our hometown. But this is something we've been talking about when we was in middle school. Like, seriously, this is something we've been talking about for over 10 years. And we made it happen. We put the work in.
Yeah, me too,
we built our name up enough so we could sell this venue out.
It was good.
Because we didn't want to just come home and it'd be like a low-key scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always, when we think big, we dream, we vision big. So we was always saying when we come home to the scope, we're going to sell it out. And it's crazy. God just been blessing us, and everything that we've been saying, we really spoke into existence, and now we really out here living it.
You know, separate from the goals and dreams that you have for yourself, which are huge. You talk about it all the time. We've seen in your step-up fights, Jose Pedraza, you step through him. But the idea of doing something as a family, you know, being known like the Klitschkos, like the Charlos, like so many other throughout history, is that something that also was always in the plans for you guys to sort of all level up about the same time and show the world what you can do?
I mean, yeah, man. Like we still trying to show the world that it's not all about the business, man. It's DB3, it's Davis brothers, it's three of us, and Keon didn't even get introduced in the professional ranks yet. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even say we got started yet. You know what I'm saying? When Keon turned pro, now I can say we got started, and now we can start really actually growing our brand, because we built it up so people know what it is. Now it's time to grow it. And now that our youngest brother, Keon Davis, making his debut, and y'all going to see that his potential is beyond the charts. His potential, he had more potential than me and my oldest brother. I honestly think Keon going to be the best out of all of us. I was watching him spar yesterday, and I'm just sitting back and watching, like, damn, boy, you're really good, you know? So I just can't wait to Keon display his talent, honestly. I feel like y'all gonna fall in love with him just like y'all fell in love with me.
Well, how would you, to the uninitiated, describe the difference as fighters between the three brothers?
Real quick, man. Real quick, Muhammad. That's not beef. That's just you know, content creation, competitiveness. I'll call it that. Fanon is a smart dude. Blue is too, man. A good debate every now and again is good for the boxing community. But shout out to them, because I rock with them both, especially my guy Fanon, and Blue's my guy as well, man. Shout out to him. Mark West, what it do, bro? Oh, yeah. I made a short little snippet about that. I had got word as well. Schofield versus Keyshawn is the fight to make. Yeah, that's a good fight.
We'll start with my oldest brother. He is southpaw. He's 6'1". Fight at 140. And me, I'm 5'9", fight 135. And Keon, he's 6'4", fighting at 147.
Dang.
6'4", 147. Wow, man. I think I paused it too many times. Man, wow, that's crazy. Hold on, pardon me, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button for me. Why did it do that? Let me fix it. Yeah, man. He got some tall ass brothers, boy. 6'1" for I think that's Keon. That's tall like that. It's Keon. No, Kelvin 6'1". Keon Davis 6'4". They some tall ass young boys, man. I'm telling you, some tall ass youngins. Tall ass youngins, man. Yeah, man, y'all don't forget to smash that like button. Trying not to sound like a hater, but the brother I found pro box not as good as Keyshawn. Nah, bro, listen, Mike Kirkland, bro, you are not a hater, bro. You are just a true boxing fan with an honest opinion, bro. And look, let me level with you. I've heard several people say that too. Look, I'm gonna be even real with you. He ain't as polished as Keyshawn. He not. You know what I mean? Keyshawn is the Olympian, the silver medals. You can tell, you can see it. You're not a hater, bro. He got more work to do. He do well, and he got a, you know what I mean? He's solid, and he got a good trainer. You know what I mean? But he need more. He definitely need more work than Keyshawn. I think the younger brother might be talented too. Pardon me, y'all. Let me get it back up to speed where I had it at. My bad, y'all. All right,
it's not too much difference. All of us had that mentality.
I make sure y'all keep smashing. I like button, and we almost
beat your ass mentality.
I think we like 2 or 3.
You know what I'm saying? We all got that mentality. You know what I'm saying? And we all come from North, but we all come from the same mother and father. And we don't really have too much differences other than
HA was good, family.
How we're built. You know what I'm saying? Like just our diaphragm. You know what I'm saying? But we all share that same mentality, and we all out here trying to make the biggest fights happen.
Absolutely.
And we all just taking it fight by fight.
Look, it's something I've been saying the last, let's say, year and a half on podcasts or columns, and saying, look, there's something about the new spirit of young American fighters who maybe don't want to follow some of the fighters of 5, 10, 15 years ago. They want the big fights at age 24, 25, 26. They don't want it at 32 after a 5-year build. It seems, talking to you, that you also subscribe to that. What do you think that is about this? I'm talking about Ryan Garcia too. Like, these younger guys are just like, no, give me the big one now.
Hey, that's just our generation. I guess we look at the fighters like Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray, that era. You know what I'm saying? We all see them, Tommy Hearns. We all see them fight each other at a young age and still put on great fights, win or loss. They still was the people's champion in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? And our generation just try to bring that feeling back. I can definitely speak for that. Our generation definitely try to bring that feeling back in this generation. And in terms of me, I've been calling out world champions since I was like 6-0. You know what I'm saying? And now that I got a chance to have my first main event, I done called out somebody that's 29-1 with 19 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? I could have went a way easier route. You know what I mean? But hey, that just speaks for my character. And I always said that if I don't stop my opponent and then go all rounds, it's still gonna be a beautiful performance. And I lived up to that.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. This dude could fight, whether he stop you or not. He gonna beat you up. You seen it with Medueno. Medueno was tough. He had a chin. He had a beard. He was rugged. He could take a good shot, and Keyshawn gave him everything he asked for, and he looked phenomenal doing it. I like the way he approaches fights and the way he go through the gears, man. He just learned. You could see him getting more comfortable in there. He's just only getting better, and I don't think he get enough credit for where he at. Like count his fights, and he about to fight somebody 29-1 with 19 knockouts. He about to fight somebody that got more knockouts than he got fights and knockouts if you were to combine them together. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, this is what he about to do. And just like bro mentioned, Mark West, shout out to you. Shout out to my guy, KO. Shout out to my guy, the fax machine, L-Dub. I made the little video. Keyshawn got a title shot. The winner of Gustavo Lemos and Keon Davis is more than likely going to be the mandatory challenger to Dennis Baranchik. So I'm going to pull that post up in a second, but I'm going to let this play out. Shout out to Keyshawn. I knew it. We was saying it in here for a while, discussing it, that he going to be in line for that WBO title. Shakur left. He going to push Keyshawn, deservingly so. That's why I say all situations, Shakur leaving Top Rank wasn't the worst thing in the world, man. It's time for him to go see what else boxing got for him. And then that gives a young guy that's like a brother of his and Keyshawn the opportunity to blossom and grow on that platform, allowed him to push him and him get put in position where he could be a champion. So I think it's dope, man. And I like that for Keyshawn. But let me play the rest of this, man. Yeah,
11-0 up to this point. You showed us a lot. The names keep getting harder, and somehow you keep getting better. How tough of a matchup is Gustavo Lemos here, November 8th in Norfolk?
Nope.
He's gonna be as tough as all my other opponents. Like, people got to start putting respect. I just feel like people got to start putting a different respect on my name. If you know boxing, you watch boxing like I do. Gustavo Lemos never even fought nobody like me before. He never fought nobody as gritty as me. He never fought nobody that's actually going to fight him back. That last fight that he fought somebody that was basically on the back foot the entire time, fighting off the ropes, and he didn't give Gustavo a fight. Gustavo didn't have a real fight yet. My last fight against Miguel, that was a real fight, and y'all seen what I can do. Gustavo didn't have that yet, you know. So I know this is a step up fight for Gustavo. This is not a step up fight for the businessman. I've been there, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna handle Gustavo.
I agree.
And
Mike.
I mean, and you know, I hear you went out of your way to get Gustavo. Agree. You didn't want the opponents that were being presented to you. What is the onus in that?
Now that's real. I sat down with my team, and Tom Rain gave me this one opponent, Nicholas Waters, and I denied as soon as they said Nicholas. Like, Nicholas, no, I don't want to fight.
Man, put some respect on his name, like you said. Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, you take notes. You take notes, buddy. You take notes. They gave him lesser fighters. He said no immediately. Man, give me Gustavo Lemos, a guy that just gave Richardson Hitchens one of the most skilled fighters, I believe, at 140, the toughest fight of his career. He said, yeah, give me that guy. And I'm about to show y'all the difference between me and him. Get me? Man, I rock with this dude, man. I don't think Lemos going to be easy because he really bring it, but I think Keyshawn got an element to his game that, you know, I think he's just more of an inside fighter. He's more of a fighter, period. You know, Hitchens is really a boxer, and he was able to bite down and fight back too. But Keyshawn likes to do more of that, so I expect him to take more chances and really be more, you know, oblige Lemos in the inside more. This is going to be an entertaining fight, I think, the whole time it lasts.
And I've never heard of him, no. But everybody know Nicholas Waters. He's a decent fighter. He's just 38 years old. Sure. And my team told me, go sit down with Top Rank and figure this out. So me by myself went to Top Rank office. I sat down the bosses and we figured it out. And I told them, like, I don't want to fight Nicholas. He's 38 years old. Bottom line, when I stop him, they're gonna say the businessman stopped a 38-year-old man.
Facts.
It's not gonna be a significant win. I didn't want to come to my hometown and just give him a knockout because it's gonna be easy. I want to give him a real fight.
See?
In my hometown, you know what I'm saying? And I told him Gustavo is that. Gustavo came off a hard decision loss. You know, it could have went either way. And I feel like this time around that he got another big opportunity. This is like his redemption. He feel like, oh, I got another opportunity. I'm really gonna show the world this time. And I'm fighting at 135. This is what I really feel comfortable at. Yes, I'm about to knock Keyshawn out. I'm about to do this and the third. That's what I want. That's the type of opponent that I need so I can be the best that I can be. And that's only going to make to be a great fight.
Well, I love the businessman nickname, but sometimes when fighters, they can act too much like businessmen, like we were talking.
Man, I like that, man. He did not want to give his hometown people a easy knockout or a fight that he thought it would be easier for him over a guy that's older and you know, probably at the, you know, the last lap or so of his career. So he chose a younger, fresher, hungrier Gustavo Lemos that's going to be motivated to come out there, especially off the close-ass decision loss that he suffered over Richardson Hitchens that people felt like could have went either way. This is going to be a good fight. Shout out to my bro NHA too, man. Let's help the brother reach his goal so he can continue giving us this unbiased but unfiltered boxing content. Appreciate you, NHA too. Much love, bro. Appreciate it.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Me too, Mike. I love his energy, bro. He's just an honest guy. He told you where his confidence come from. I said it, his experiences and the work he put in. I was saying this shit. It's crazy. I be feeling like I know these fighters because I take the time to try to understand them when they speak. And he seemed like a guy that's easy to understand. He done been through some stuff and he done had some dark moments. Now he had a point where a lot of that stuff is behind him. I ain't gonna say all of it. A lot of it. He focused, had a baby, son. He living good, man. He enjoying the moment. I like seeing it.
Talking about where they're trying to maneuver in and around guys. That's certainly not you. Where does this nickname come from?
I came up with this nickname when I was an amateur, man. Being an Olympic hopeful, I like for real. My first year on the USA team, I knew that I was gonna be the Olympic hopeful. I believed in myself like I'm the best on this team, and I'm winning a gold medal, right? So knowing that, I'm going pro afterwards. So I didn't want to go pro not knowing anything about the business, right? I knew managers, promoters was coming at me. They was talking to me, and I didn't even understand the language. So I started praying, and then God started putting me in positions to where I can hear this person out, I can hear that person out. I can listen to this manager and have a small conversation because I just learned something. Now I can go to this promoter, have another small conversations, and small conversations to the big conversations. And now I'm really starting to understand the business within that year that I was just being on the USA team. And man, I was like, then my teammates started coming to me and ask me questions like, Keyshawn, what you think about this promotion or this manager or this, that, third? Because they knew that I knew. So I'm like, man, really like a businessman. Like I'm out here really handling business, like for real. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna call myself the businessman. Like I'm gonna call me the businessman. And I was what, 19 years old, 18, 19, and it stuck with me.
Yeah, here you are right now, and you did win an Olympic silver medal at the 2021 games there in Tokyo. Speaking of your amateur run there, big rivalry with Andy Cruz. Do we end up seeing that down the road? Like, what's the priority for you?
Yeah. That's real too though, Marcus. That's real. You can see like he able to see what his guy going through and learn from it and adjust accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you know, just being in a situation. I just think that's what his mentality is. And as long as he's given the opportunities, he gonna take the fights that make sense. I think it's okay for people to give him his just due and say, you know what, even if you don't love him, you got to appreciate him. You got to respect the mentality and like how he moving. He's trying to give people fights that make sense, fights that's going to be entertaining. And when he get in there, he always fight. Always. You get what I'm saying? Right. Outspoken, not shy. And the reason why he's so confident in his space, because he been through shit. That's why. Like the stuff he been through and the stuff I was hearing in the interviews. Yeah, he been through some stuff. That's why he to the point now
of making that fight happen as a pro.
Definitely a priority. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, definitely a priority. Like for sure. It just gotta happen at the right time. Because if you want my honest opinion, I don't think he's ready. We already reached out, just like we reached out to Gustavo.
Sure.
We already reached out to Andy Cruz and them, and they said they don't want to fight me now. Like I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? So I did my part. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready. So he's definitely a priority. So whenever he's ready, whenever his promoter manager, whatever ready, then shit, we gonna make it happen.
Now I don't care. I got reason to believe that, and I'm telling you, I seen him running down. He ran down on Eddie Hearn a couple times about fights. Eddie Hearn, was he talking to Oscar? I gotta look that back up. I know he ran down on Eddie about this fight before, but I could believe that. They wouldn't be looking to make that fight right now because, dude, what is he, 3-0, 4-0? I think it's a little premature for him on his end. But Keyshawn at a different point, man. You go in there sleeping on that dude if you want to. Like, the fact that you got hurt by Antonio Moran, I'm not saying that, you know, that don't mean you won't give Keyshawn a good fight, but I don't got you beating him right now. I think he would have just completely outclassed thoroughly Antonio Moran, if not probably stopped his ass. That's the guy Devin Haney stopped, and ain't stopped nobody since. And that's the guy that you almost got stopped by. You got hurt, should I say. You got hurt pretty good in that fight by that guy trying to be a little too greedy. So I just think it's a little premature for all that Andy Cruz stuff. PGH big dog, what's good with it? But to each his own. Whenever they ready to make the fight, I'm ready to watch it. But right now, until I see something different, man, I 100% got Keyshawn Davis beating Andy Cruz if they fight.
Do you think he's lived up to expectations so far as a pro?
No. Like, think about me, like me being a silver medalist. Like, I got the boxing world heated right now. I'm hot right now. Andy Cruz is like dull. He's not hot. People is not rushing out these seats to go watch him fight. People still be at the concession stands while he fighting. Like, no, like, he's not on my level in terms of.
He got a point.
Performancing.
He got a point. He don't
perform
right how I perform. Early, respectfully.
And that's just proof in the pudding. Go back and watch both our fights. He don't perform
Andy
how I
is a
perform.
phenomenal fighter.
It's a brewing rivalry that's only going to continue, I'm sure. Let's talk about the great one, Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker, a Virginia legend, a Hall of Famer.
And this is what's about to get interesting, talking about Sweet Pea, y'all. You know who said Sweet Pea like their favorite fighter? Sweet Pea. Tank said Sweet Pea was his favorite fighter to watch. You know what I mean? So it's interesting that they got actual hands-on relationships with this guy. That's crazy to me.
What influence would you say he had on you? And I know that a big part of this card is you guys wanted to
really ain't
honor his
lying, though,
family
is
and
he,
his
Jamie?
spirit. But when
That's
you
only
look
'cause it's
back on the
early
times
right
you
now.
had with him as a young fighter, what did you learn and how special was that?
Sweet Pea had a great eye for talent, for sure. First time I ever seen Sweet Pea was in an amateur boxing fight. My brother was like 12, I was like 9, and he walked in the venue, and everybody's attention was on him, and he just walked around the whole entire venue. My big brother Kelvin, he was warming up in the corner somewhere, but minding our business. Like we see him, but we really minding our business. You know what I mean? So eventually he walked over there to us and sat down to us next to us and just started watching Kelvin hit the pads right before he get into the ring and fight. So I'm like, what the hell? Why he do that? Right? So I'm like, okay, so Kelvin get in the ring, Kelvin fighting, Kelvin doing his thing. Sweet Pea calling like, yo, do this, do that. You should jab, da, 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 da. Like into it. He's into it. You know what I'm saying? So after the fight, he dapped Kelvin up. He was like, bro, you the future. You gonna be nice. Like I'm telling you to stick to it. So I seen that as a kid, and he ain't saying nothing to me. And he ain't had to say that to me. I knew I was good. He had to do that to me. I just always had that confidence. So when he did it to my brother, and you know, my brother is southpaw just like Sweet Pea, it just made me, it always remember, it made me remember like, yo, we're destined for this. We're destined for this. And now we're here.
Is there any elements of his game, his demeanor that you feel like you've kind of, picked up or adopted?
One thing he always told me, and I kept with me now, I ain't gonna say on camera, because at one point in time, Sweet Pea was training me, like he was coaching me for sure. Because I ain't have a coach, and bouncing around from gym to gym, I just ran into Sweet Pea, and he recognized me, and he just started like working with me. You know what I'm saying? He told me like, "Yo, it's two things about you, Keyshawn. Is this and is that. Do not lose that right there." And that stayed with me I still remember it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and when you got a chance to meet him, were you already, educated on his career and had seen what he'd accomplished?
yeah, I'm from Norfolk. Everybody, when you born in Norfolk, you know Sweet Pea.
Sure.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was definitely educated.
What a legend, and it's awesome that you guys are give him that respect and carry on, the things you've learned from him and the time you spent with him.
Man. It ain't too many people that could say they got work with Sweet Pea, and he actually did some coaching and noticed them and kind of co-signed him and his brother. That type of shit, that got to be priceless for a fighter. And then again, I said, like I spoke on his experiences and the stuff he been through is the reason for his confidence. You heard him say that in the beginning of this interview. And then now you hear him, the fact that him and his brother had the opportunity to work with Sweet Pea. You think about what kind of like wonders it did for his confidence. His psyche, his mental as a young fighter. Like, man, I'm getting stamped by one of the best that ever did it, man. You get what I'm saying? Think about the wonders it did for his confidence, bro, to keep going. And he told him his two things, and don't never lose that about yourself. One of them probably was his confidence, is what he said. He ain't mentioned the two things. I ain't even mad at him. But one of them probably was his confidence or just that overall energy. But it had to be the confidence he got, man. He really liked to get in there and mix it up and fight. Special shit. That's legendary shit, Rube.
You do talk a lot about Tank Davis too, which gets me fired up as a boxing fan. It seems like you're like, yo, if that fight opens up, I'll take it. Like what, again, like we talked about, not wait around. Is that a realistic option given the business landscape? Do you think that you end up in the ring with him?
Hell yeah. I feel like when I become world champion, I'm a world champ just like he world champ. Davis versus Davis. Like just the name itself, that's pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna sell more than his fight right now that he got, and it's gonna sell more than his last fight, guaranteed.
Hey man, y'all think he fight? Y'all think Tank Davis versus Keyshawn Davis will do better numbers than him and Lamont Roach? Tank and Lamont Roach? That's something to think about. That's interesting, man. It's interesting. But I'll say this to always put things in perspective. Obviously, it's early. It seemed premature for him to fight a guy like Tank. I'll admit to that. I think the path and the trajectory that he's on, he need to stay on it. Keep applying pressure. Always speak your mind. Don't bite your tongue. I think people will really have an interest in it because of the way he talk. He showed some drawing power in his first homecoming with the way his tickets was selling. He might have a bit of a conversation or argument there. You know what I'm saying? And that's no indictment on Tank. That's just Lamont Roach. This dude got people attention. He do got a nice amount of buzz around him, man. So I could see that. And again, that's no slight to Tank. That's, you know, if you look at Lamont Roach and the buzz that a young Keyshawn Davis got as a silver medalist, definitely an interesting conversation, none the least. Definitely. Very interesting. Shout out to my guy, Let's Talk Fashion. Day say I don't know about that. Man, good conversation. Ain't no wrong answers over here. So whatever you feel is how you feel. You won't get me arguing with you. B-Dog, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? The build up in the presser would be interesting. Yeah, facts, it would. Zay, what it do, fam? He said, I think so, does do, but salute my boy. Yeah, possibly, bro. It's a conversation there, to say the least. It's a conversation there. He'll definitely sell it because he going to talk, and you know Tank ain't biting his tongue. If you give Tank any ammunition, he going to take it and go. You know that with him, so I would love it. It'd be fun as hell to watch it. I ain't going to lie. Yeah, right. He ain't get there yet. He's still he in there. He working. He's very good to me. He's very good. And he working himself into that space. He ain't quite there yet. I think it's a little premature, but so far so good. If he keep on the trajectory that he's on, he'll be right there. He'll be right there with the top guys in the sport. Because he already amongst the top guys in the sport. What he got? 10 fights? Says it 10 or 11? Name somebody with 10 or 11 fights that's doing it how he doing it. And after this opportunity, that, you know, long as he secure the bag and the win, he gonna get a title shot.
Not only do he sell, of course, he's the face of boxing. He's Gervonta, right? But me just coming up for my first main event, I just sold over 9,000 seats. You know what I'm saying? So I sell. People is gonna come see me fight Tank. Also, a lot more people will come see Tank fight me. Sure. But we're both gonna sell it. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's definitely a fight that needs to be made. Davis versus Davis.
It's early.
And both of us got that mentality. Early, you understand what I'm saying? I don't think
he'll annihilate him, Dragon's Assassin. Do I think he'll beat him? Yeah, absolutely. It's very early. It's very early. It's very early. And on top of that, but I got him beating Frank Martin if they fight. I don't know about y'all, but that's just me. I got Keyshawn Davis beating Frank Martin. Frank Martin did a pretty good job. Think Keyshawn could do a good job, but do I think he'll beat him right now? Not right now. I don't. Absolutely not. I think Tank is absolutely in his prime, and he's as dangerous as he's ever been in all his fights. That would be an extremely difficult fight. But Keyshawn got that Olympic pedigree. He's a silver medalist. He won't be like a fish out of water. But I just don't think he got the experience and the number of fights to really complete the task. But I do think he got the skill set and the pedigree to compete and make it a good fight for as long as it lasts until the untimely demise come. You get what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. I'm not going to sell y'all that he can beat him. But don't tell me a silver medalist can't compete. But at the end of the day, competing is one thing, winning is another. There's no doubt in my mind that he'll be able to compete and make it an interesting, entertaining fight. But the ultimate outcome, I think, will be Tank getting his hand raised straight up and down. You know what I mean? With no questions asked. You know what I mean? But it'll be a good fight.
You know, if he up for the challenge, I'm up for it.
Have you had any contact with him? Do you think you're on his radar, so to speak?
Yeah, I'm on everybody's radar. Like, I'm talented. I can really fight. I'm on everybody's radar. I feel like people is not going to mention me because they don't really want these problems. Like, people know from amateurs. People know now that I'm proving myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so people not just going to jump and be like, oh, I want to fight Keyshawn. Unless I'm different. When I sell out this event, now I'm selling out the next event, and I'll sell out the next event. Then it's gonna be like, all right, bet, let's fight Keyshawn, because now I'm a pay-per-view star at this point, right? But as of right now, people not gonna jump and be like, oh, let me fight Key. You know what I'm saying? It's too dangerous for them right now.
It might be a high risk, low reward situation without a belt attached to it. It could be that it's early, it's risky, but nonetheless, I don't think everybody gonna duck him and none of that. He just got to keep doing exactly what he's doing. And he putting himself in position by winning the fights and taking the right kind of fights. The fact that he turned down Nicholas Walters immediately and seeked out Gustavo Lemos, a guy that got more knockouts than he got fights and knockouts, tell you, if you combine them, should tell you something about him. So I like to see this, man. I think this opportunity against Gustavo Lemos is big. This could be his coming out party. And again, it'll be right on time because if he's style on this guy, beat him convincingly and better better fashion than Richardson Hitchens. Now you got a whole other conversation. You got a lot more eyes on him. And then you got a title shot on the back end of that. He cooking, man. Keyshawn is doing it right. He doing it the right way.
Really seem to understand. I mean, you're the businessman, so you do understand the business, but
Facts,
you know,
me
you
too.
can
That's
fight.
where
We
I'm
know
at with
that.
it.
You can
Compete,
also
I
talk.
don't
Was
think
that
he'll
always
win, though.
natural
He
that
can
you had
compete.
sort of a
He won't win.
not only a gift
I
for
already
gab,
know
but
he
an
won't.
understanding of when they turn the lights on and put a microphone in front of you that you can further your cause by having a plan?
Dang, I'm glad you asked me that because no,
I like that.
as a kid, even in high school when I was like a teenager, I was always the guy that was in the cut, not saying anything. I was always the guy that was short-tempered. I was always the guy that was, real confident. So I didn't have to say anything. I just let my stuff show for itself.
I think Andy
You
Cruz will
know,
get punched out
I
the
didn't
ring.
really realize that I had to start promoting myself
Punched out the
until
ring.
I got on the USA boxing team. But at the same time, I didn't know how to talk. So I didn't know where to start, what to do. As I travel, see the world, you see different things, you hear different things, you start to figure out yourself more. Because now I'm not just living in Norfolk anymore. I'm not just seeing Norfolk, and that was like a protective instinct of me not talking. It's a protective instinct. You're not going to figure me out. But as I started traveling the world more, I started to open up more, and I started to realize who the businessman really is. And I started, get my words together. And now, God bless me with marketability.
There it is. There it is. You got to be able to talk. You got to be able to back it up. You've done that. We're going to find out if you can do it again. November 8th, Gustavo Lemos, ESPN, headlining in your home city. DB3 in the house. Keyshawn, it's been a pleasure to chat with you, man. Best of luck. Continued success. Keep reaching for the stars, Bo.
Yes, sir. Man. Thank you. God bless you.
Shout out to Brian Campbell, man. Shout out to Brian Campbell, dog. Shout out to Brian Campbell. That was a nice build by them too, man. Look, I like where Keyshawn is headed. I like his energy, his focus, attitude, the confidence. The confidence is at an all-time high, and I love it, man. I love it. But before we move on to this next clip and this next interview, we on the road today. I got one more too after this, so we gonna keep building, man. Y'all just keep smashing the like button. We almost at the goal. I think we 2 away, and we gonna keep building in the meantime. But before I play this video here, let me pull this up. And this is what y'all was mentioning earlier. So look, Keyshawn is on the right path. He seeked out a worthy opponent. He just gave Richardson Hitchens the toughest fight of his career. Richardson Hitchens is one of the most skilled guys, I think, in my honest opinion, at 140. Call it what you want. He gave him a hell of a fight. Now Keyshawn actively seeked him out. He turned down Nicholas Walters, made sure he got that Gustavo Lemos smoke. And now the WBO states that the Keon Davis versus Gustavo Lemos winner will likely be the mandatory at 135 for Denis Baranchyk and that WBO title. So you see what he said after the 8th, he coming for that world title next. After I beat Bro on the 8th, coming for that world title, man. Go ahead, Keyshawn, you right there. You doing it the right way, man. You embracing what it is to be a businessman. You snatching up properties. You out here opening up gyms. You pushing DB3 as a whole. You and your brothers about to shine on the card together. The ticket sales did a phenomenal job selling them. Y'all moving, man. Y'all doing it the right way. And it's only up from here. He leading the charge, and I think DB3 is in good hands, man. I like to see what they're doing as three young brothers, man, trying to get it together. So it's going to be interesting to see all 3 of them on the same card. And like I said, this could be a breakout performance for him. This could be the one that shine even more, more of a light on him. And again, if it puts him right in a position to be a mandatory for Baranchyk, Bob Arum should be on board with making that fight because Keyshawn is his guy as well. So it's an in-house fight where he can't lose. So if Baranchyk still got that title, when it's time for Keyshawn to get it, he got to come up off it. Got to come up off that title, man. Yeah. Friday, then boot Saturday. Great weekend of fights. You get me? Somebody said who fight this weekend. I was saying, and Shocky fight too. Shock fight too. Shock fight as well, man. Shock fighting as well, man. So we got some good action. We got Shock and Conceição rematch. So we got some good stuff. Ryan versus Hiroka is a great fight style-wise. Yeah, that'll be a good fight. So shout out to Keyshawn, man. Shout out to Keyshawn. He's on his job. He is on his job, man. He really on that, man. He getting it done, man. Doing it the right way. Go ahead, handle business first, and go snatch that title up off Denny's Baranchik, man. Snatch the title up off. You dig? So I like that. Shout out to Brian Campbell. That was a good interview from Keyshawn, man. I like his energy. Again, he confident going into this fight as he should be. And I'm just waiting to see the show. Dude, listen, Andy Cruz will beat this out of Tank. Hell nah, man. Andy Cruz will get stopped, and so will Abdullah Mason. You ain't even seen Abdullah Mason shit. Have you seen Abdullah Mason in an 8 or 10 round fight? You know what I mean? You ain't even seen him in the you ain't even seen him if he can go 12 rounds for real, or what he would look like. Not saying he can't do it, but to think that they would beat the shit out of Tank, especially Andy Cruz, when he just got, hurt by an inferior guy, Antonio Moran, he don't have a chance at beating Tank right now. Way too green, way too inexperienced, bro. Way too inexperienced. There's no way in hell he'd get in the ring and beat Tank. If he got hurt by Moran, what you think Tank could do to him? Being 3 times better than that guy. You get what I'm saying? That's 5 times better than that guy. Hell nah. But let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Take Keyshawn beat Hector too. Yeah, he would. Abdullah would beat Tank, beating who? He said, I don't know shit about boxing. yeah, I'm tripping. We ain't done yet though, man. I meant to play this yesterday, but I'm gonna get to it now because this is Raymond Muratalla. He had some things to say. He had a warning for both Keyshawn and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Raymond Muratalla is talking and stuff, and he's confident just like any other fighter would be. I ain't mad at him for speaking what he spoke. Like, it's entertaining, man. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight either guy, Shakur or Keyshawn, to be honest with you. I think he'd make a good fight with either one. But I ain't picking him right now to beat neither one. I've seen the last couple fights. I don't see him beating either one of them right now. I mean, Keyshawn would be more competitive than him and Shakur, but I think they both beat him right now. I think they both beat him right now. But let's play this, man, and let's see what he had to say, man. Y'all, if y'all didn't hit the like button, make sure y'all do, and we're going to keep rolling.
Contender number 2 with the WBC and the WBO, top 4 with the IBF. My man,
he ranked number
Raymond
2
Muratalla, fighting
and
November 2nd.
He ranked number 2 in the WBO and the WBC. Keyshawn is in line for the WBC belt. Shakur has the BC belt, and Keyshawn is in line for the WBO belt. So he number 2 in both of those sanctioning bodies. So like I said, either of those fights were to come to fruition, I would watch it. I think they both good fights for either guy.
Back on ESPN, fighting on that Oshaki Foster Conceição card against a guy with power and a guy who, let's start there with Jesus Antonio Perez Campos, Raymond, a guy that's never been stopped, and he's fought welterweights. A guy that's a welterweight champion now, Brian Norman, Alexis Roca, big boys up at 47. What do you think of this fight coming up? What would it mean? I know you don't talk about knockouts, but what would it mean if you did get a knockout in this fight against a dude who's went the distance with welterweights?
Yeah, I mean that would be a huge statement, man. And I think I got power for it, man. I know he's a bigger guy, but he's a shorter guy. So
yeah, he did.
But like you said, man, he's tough, man. He's been in the ring with some good fighters, man. So I know it's gonna be tough. We're fully prepared, man. So I'm feeling good going into this one.
This is like the exact opposite style of the last fighter you fought. Former champion and Tevin Farmer, aggressive guy instead of a slick boxer. Is this style, if you're being honest, is this an easier style to deal with than a style like a Tevin Farmer?
As far as the fight, I think it's gonna be a tougher one. I think it's gonna be a tougher fight. I think I'll be able to show more of my skills rather than someone just like running and hugging and holding and all that. So I think this is gonna be.
Nah, man, look, man, real quick. I hate to stop them, but y'all fighters, especially y'all young fighters, y'all gotta kill this shit with the running. Don't fight no slick fighter, a guy that's looked at as a slick fighter that got good upper body movement, good defense overall, and talking about he ran. Like, I'm sick of that, especially if you're known to have a bit of, some good punching power. Why is a guy going to stand right there in your wheelhouse and let you blast him out of there? Like, I hate that. Y'all young fighters got to stop doing that. Stop saying people ran when your ass got boxed. You got boxed. Tevin Farmer was boxing. He wasn't running in that damn fight. Don't do that, running and hugging. Yeah, he did some holding on because you clipped him late in the fight. So he was hurt, but he recovered, but he was fighting, bro. And to be honest, they took the point and they did all that and they gave you a gift because you honestly, you lost and you looked a little vulnerable in your last 2 fights. I still rock with you, still support you, still a hell of a talent. But nah, these young fighters got to stop saying that. Ain't nobody running. You young dudes just don't be prepared to cut the ring off and you get in there with slick fighters and think they supposed to stand there so you could blast them out. Hell no. Nah. Tevin Farmer boxed your ass and he did damn well doing it. He did a hell of a job boxing. Hell of a job boxing. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this back right. Paused it too long. Running my jibs. Pause it too long. Gotcha. Give me a second. Pause it. Let me get it back. So yeah, man, they gotta stop that, man. All this he ran, man. He was running, hugging, and holding. Nah, bro. He was boxing your ass. He was boxing you. And you used to guys not having the footwork and the IQ to make you earn it and move around the ring. And when you ran in there with somebody that knew how to do that, he running. I'm tired of that. Guys don't want to stay put so you could punch them out the ring, bro. They gonna box. You could punch, buddy. I don't know if you know. If you got the memo, you could punch a little bit, Raymond. Ain't nobody about to stand there and let you get it off on him. So I never seen Tevin Farmer as a runner. That dude is slick as they come at the top of his game. Definitely no runner for sure.
Former champion, a guy that's hard to hit.
I think just the movement.
Yeah, and they did it. Look, it's funny how when it's Boots and Karen the first fight, it was Boots need to learn how to cut the ring off. He wasn't afforded the luxury to say somebody ran or somebody was running. And we knew that dude was in pure survival mode. But don't tell me a guy in Tevin Farmer that really was trying to win the damn fight. He was fighting you back. Don't tell me he was running. No, he was boxing you. And you weren't fully prepared as you probably would have liked to be, so you felt like he was just running. Nah, he was boxing, and yet they took one from him, and he beat you. Respect to you. I think you'll look better in your next fight, though.
Guy that's a welterweight champion now, Brian Norman, Alexis Roca, big boys up at 47. What do you think of this fight coming up? What would it mean? I know you don't talk about knockouts, but what would it mean if you did get a knockout in this fight against a dude who's went the distance with welterweights?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that would be a huge statement, man. And I think I got power for it, man. I know he's a bigger guy, but he's a shorter guy. So but like you said, man, he's tough, man. He's been in the ring with some good fighters, man. So I know it's gonna be tough. We're fully prepared, man. So I'm feeling good going into this one.
This is the exact opposite style.
And notice, y'all, no slight to him or nothing, but notice what his focus is going into this fight. He keep talking about preparation. And when you hear a guy that just got boxed and got a bit of a gift, talking about somebody was running and just hugging and holding, his preparation wasn't where it needed to be. That's why he's speaking, hey, I feel good going into this one. Keep speaking about preparation because he probably understands and knows full well he wasn't as prepared as he would have liked to be against Tevin Farmer because he probably would have done a better job. But, it's a fight, man. Tevin Farmer has that ability to make you earn it and not look your best. And if you're a young guy on the come up that's getting tested, yeah, man, that could be a bit of a trap fight, man. Zepeda might find out. Who knows?
Style of the last fighter you fought, former champion and Tevin Farmer. Aggressive guy instead of a slick boxer. Is this style, if you're being honest, is this an easier style to deal with than a style like a Tevin Farmer?
See?
As far as the fight, I think it's going to be a tougher one. I think it's going to be a tougher fight. I think I'll be able to show more of my skills rather than someone just running and hugging and.
Man, Raymond, you killing me, bro. You killing me. He didn't run from you. He boxed you. Man, that's the only thing I don't like about the certain style, these certain fighters, bro. They get used to these certain looks and they think everybody's supposed to just go in there and go balls to the wall, rock'em sock'em robot. Everybody don't have the power that you have or the power to be a puncher. So when you don't, what do? You compensate for that by being a guy that can box and move and pick your shots. Tevin Farmer can't afford to just stand there and go blow for blow. It wouldn't even be a smart fight. So all that hugging and running and holding shit, man, miss me with that. Come on, Muratalla, be better prepared, bro. He wasn't running from you on that night. Not that fight, bro. Not that fight. He did not run from
more of my skills.
He boxed you, and you should have
rather than
prepared. You
someone
should
just
have
like
read the scouting
running
report,
and
bro.
hugging and holding and all that. So I think this is going to be a lot more.
He didn't read the scouting report,
a fight where I
y'all.
can
So
show a
now
lot
he
more
got
of
to
my
come
skills.
forward guy that he could look better
more
against.
physical
That's basically
fight.
what he's saying.
Exactly, yeah.
Respect to him, but I hate that
But
running
you know, but
stuff,
back
man.
to the Farmer fight, man. What did you learn having to face a style like that, a former champion, a guy that's hard to hit?
I think just the movement, just the moving around, the holding. I mean, he was a world champion, so he knows his tricks, he knows his way around
Yeah,
the
he
ring.
was
So
tying you up. He was frustrating
just stuff
you.
like that, man.
You
Just
know.
getting used to that, and yeah, man. As far as on my side, man, I should just let more punches go. You know what I mean? And just stop some of the movement and not let him hold me so much.
That's crazy that you said throw more punches, because I'll literally read to you the next question I had, which was, you've had some great moments in your professional career as a combination puncher. Do you have to let your hands go more often?
Yeah, man. Like you said, yeah, you hit it right there. I think when I let my hands go, man, it's really hard to get me and get the punches off of you. So yeah, man, that's something we've been working on, and you guys will see a lot more of that.
Well, you know, since you did touch on it, what is it that made you say, okay, I want to do this more often, since since you're good at it, putting the combinations together? And what do you think it was that wasn't allowing you to do that as often as you want to in certain fights?
In certain fights, or
I guess just whenever there's been times you haven't been able to do it to a level that you want to do it, or as consistent as you want to do it. Why has that been? And what's made you been like, okay, time to address that in the gym and get better at it?
I think just watching like the film, watching my fights back, just seeing how more punches would have landed more. Just keeping it short sometimes would just hit them like one, maybe like 1-2, and I still seen like room to throw more and would have landed more.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked in the past about you're a serious guy, a serious man when it comes to the game. But what is it about your growing up in Southern California? In the area you grew, West Covina. I know you're out in around San Bernardino now, the IE. But what would you say it is about how you grew up in Southern California that made you the serious fighter you are?
I don't really know, man. I think just growing up, I think just being in boxing just at a young age, just I think I started it when I was like either 7 or 8, and I just stuck with it, man. Just throughout my whole life. So I mean, I think that's just the type of person I am when it comes to just what I do. I just take it serious, and I know boxing's not here forever, so I'm trying to get it while I can,
Yeah, and does this
Facts,
fight,
Danny.
because it's about a week apart from.
And yeah, Aisha, pardon me, I seen you say you gotta be able to fight every style. Yeah, you absolutely do. And you can just tell, like, it's still early and he's still learning. He got less than 20 fights here. He very close to 20, but you can tell Tevin Farmer was a different look, different style for him, something he got to get used to. And how you can tell that's not something they looking to throw him right back in there with and test him, because after the Tevin Farmer, they go right back to what they normally do. You want to come forward guy that's going to come to fight you so you could utilize your skills and look good. And this is the interesting thing about that style that they prefer. It's like once they get in there with a guy that's bringing pressure and coming to fight, they become the mover. I ain't saying he going to turn into Tevin Farmer on fight night, but they become more of a mover. And it's like they want to be the guy that had the advantage. So when they want to move, they want to be able to have the luxury to be able to move and get away, box, and be slick when they want to, but they don't like it being done to them. So he want a guy that's could come forward and allow him to offensively get off and look good. And then when he wants to move and pivot out and take a break and take a lap around the ring, he can do it. You fighting a Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer got that kind of style. He make you earn it. He gonna fight you. He gonna box. He gonna be slick. He gonna tie you up. he a vet. He been around for a while, a long time, so he knows his way around the ring, and he's not an easy guy to beat up on. So Raymond Muratalla learned that the hard way. My bad.
Keyshawn, who's you guys are neck and neck in all these rankings, like WBC, WBO. You're like one spot ahead of him, but with the IBF, he's one spot ahead of you. Does this at all feel like a measuring test? Like who's gonna get the title shot with a Baranchyk? Like is it
We
gonna
already
be
got the answer
Ray
to
or
that,
Keyshawn who are fighting 1 week apart? Does
We already
that
got the
enter
answer
your
to
mind
that.
at all? Like it's an
You gonna get the
audition.
shot at Baranchyk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, we're close, man.
We already
right
got
there
that
next to
answer.
each other. So I don't know, man. I think for certain bouts, I'm up next. I think the WBO, I think I should be next. And then, like you said, he's ahead of me on the IBF. Let him fight for that one. And if we got to fight, man, I think we're.
No, Zepeda Denny's. I mean, look, I'm still hearing Zepeda is on par to fight Shakur in February. They even threw a date, February 22nd. I know how them dates be a little sketchy, so but February looked like the targeted month for that fight. But Keon Davis will be the man. Matter of fact, the winner of Lemos and Keyshawn will be likely the mandatory for Baranchyk's belt. So I'm pretty sure that I think we all seen this coming for Keyshawn too, getting that opportunity at that belt. If you just look at the fights that he taken as opposed to who Raymond is fighting, it's a little bit different. And Keyshawn got less fights, but fighting better opposition, in my opinion.
I think all of us,
to Raymond is
1,
just
2,
a
3,
matter
4,
of
we're all gonna
opportunities.
end up meeting each other
Keyshawn
someday.
I think
So I mean,
better guys.
Let's do it, man. I'm here for it.
Keyshawn would say something like, you're ducking, Ray. We could get it right now. I imagine that's what he would say.
Nah, I gotta stop you, Sean. Salute to you. Keyshawn ain't gonna say he ducking if he not. He ain't say Andy Cruz ducking. He just said they not ready. They told him he not ready right now. So he not gonna say everybody ducking. But he damn sure say let's fight.
But I know you told me in the past, not that interested in that fight right now because you're interested in the title fight. Is that basically where you're coming from with it? Like, hey, Keyshawn, we'll fight when we're fighting for belts as opposed to right now, or you could fight right now. That's not out of the question. What are you saying?
I mean, we could get it on, man. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm here to fight, so obviously I want the title shots. You know what I mean? But but if we gotta fight for a title, well, let's fight for a title too, and we could do that too. But like you said, man, I'm here for the title, man. I'm trying to get a title. I don't care who I fight. I just want to fight for a title.
Do you think Baranchyk, like over the weekend, we just saw that dude Muratalla. He was considered not a big name. Okay, he's got a belt, but he's not the threat that the bigger names are. But despite that, do you look at Baranchyk as the weakest of the champions at lightweight?
I think just because he doesn't have a name, like you said. But I think, I mean, he's champion for a reason, man. He has an awkward style to him. He's pretty slick. He knows what he's doing. So I think a fight with me and him would be perfect, man. And hopefully we can get it soon, man.
Which fight do you think is a better fight? Because you're ranked number 2 for both of them, Stevenson or Baranchyk.
This the crazy thing, chat. Like, this is the crazy thing, family. He ranked number 2 in the WBC and the WBO, but it looks like the natural order of things is going to allow Keyshawn that opportunity to fight for that title as long as he could beat Lemos, right? And he's right there. So it's like, which fight would he end up getting? I could see him and Keyshawn fighting before him and Shakur because of where Shakur is at and where Keyshawn is at. That would still be more of an in-house fight where Bob Arum really wouldn't lose either way because they both on top rank, Muratalla and Keon Davis. But I got Keyshawn beating him right now in a very, very good fight because it'll be competitive and very good. I'm telling you, Raymond Muratalla is a damn good fighter, man. He had a couple rough outings, but what I respect is both times he found a way to win. Now, I do think he got a little bit of a gift against Farmer, but nonetheless, he's a damn good fighter. And every fight ain't going to be dominant. Every fight ain't going to be easy. Some guys really going to test you, and that's what Tevin Farmer did. But it's going to be interesting to see which opportunity he get first, if at all. He'll get the vacant IBF if Lamont retires. Interesting, Aisha. Hey,
either one, whoever.
Then there you go. Bob Arams, he's sewing up belts again because he done lost the WBC strap with Shakur. He got the WBO still. He always got that. That should have changed hands probably when if Keyshawn beat Lemos, he fight Baranchik, he's definitely going to beat that guy. That guy can't beat Keon Davis, in my opinion. Keyshawn would have to have a horrible performance to lose to him. And then if Loma retires, then, you know, he got some young blood and Raymond Muratalla to carry that IBF strap. That's a good point. Talk to me, Remo. This almost over too, by the way. This at the end, y'all. It's at the end.
Wherever I can get first, man. I'm not picking and choosing. I don't really care.
So if Williams Zepeda, if he doesn't go through with the Stevenson fight, you'll be like, hey, I'll take it. Is that right? Or
absolutely, man. If he doesn't go through with it, man, I'm here. I'm here.
Well, how much did a fight with a guy like Farmer, you know, help prepare you for a potential Stevenson fight?
I think it helped me. I think it did help me just with the movement, just the slickness. I think just how it would help me prepare for a guy like him.
You know,
but you see, on one end, when they're frustrated with the performance, you could tell he's frustrated with his performance because he blames it on Farmer, say, oh, he was just running. But then on the flip end, when he got to explain the kind of style, he like the slickness. Yeah, he was just being slick, bro. He was supposed to make that fight hard for you, and you better thank him for it because it might make you better in the long run. You get what I'm saying? Said how a win versus Lemos put him in position if he just lost at 140 and coming down. I'm so confused. Oh, you know how that go. Politics, Remo. Politics. But again, the loss ain't about nothing. He went up. Lemos, I don't think is no career 40-pounder. He went up for that opportunity, came back down. He got a fight. He 29-1. He's still up there, you know, in terms of in the rankings, I believe, Lemos. I don't think the loss messed that up. So he essentially came back down to 35. Now he's gonna fight Keyshawn, and Keyshawn wins. That puts him in position. You know what I'm saying? Lemos, 35 guy. Facts. WO favors Top Rank and Crawford, so they get opportunities that don't normally make sense. That too, I think it's something with Bob and Top Rank. Well, Top Rank in the WBO, Aisha. I agree. I think so. But that's what that is. So, you know what I mean? I think that's a good win for Keyshawn Davis too, a Gustavo Lemos, especially if he able to do it better than Hitchens did.
I'm not sure you'd be an underdog.
Man, L-Dub is the man when it comes to the rankings, Remo. But I would assume
let's start there with Jesus Antonio.
What the hell?
I think just my style. I don't think he's faced a style like mine. I think it did help me just with the movement, just the slickness. I think just how it would help me prepare for a guy like him.
You know, I'm not sure you'd be an underdog with Baranchik, but with Shakur, I think, you know, you'd probably be an underdog at the betting odds or whatever. Why would you win that fight and pull off what would be considered an upset against Shakur?
I think just my style. I don't think he's faced a style like mine. And yeah, without saying too much, man, I just think my style is just different compared to any of other fighters he's fought.
And look, Raymond Muratalla is a skilled fighter, definitely. But I don't just watching him, like, and again, it's from the outside looking in. He don't look like extremely tricky, but he's just well schooled, disciplined fighter, well-rounded. He's a polished guy, man. He can get it done in there. But I don't feel like he got a style that's so tricky for a guy like Shakur to figure out. You know what I mean? He do got an interesting style. It's one of his own. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody that fight like a Raymond Muratalla per se, but I just don't think that style is different enough or unique enough in and of itself to be so different for something that Shakur hasn't seen. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think he'll have that much of a problem adjusting to his style is what I'm saying.
I asked earlier which fight is the better fight, but do you think that's more difficult fight than Baranchik or?
Right.
I think so. Only because the movement. I know he's not going to stay there and exchange with me, but I'm here to win, man. I fight to win.
All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate it, bro. That's
shout out to Fire, man. But you see, they always telling themselves they know they're not going to stand there and exchange with you. He's not supposed to stand there and exchange with you. That's why I feel like you already going to lose. When you thinking like that, you already got in your mind that he not going to give you the fight you want, and he's not stand there with you and trade. Why do y'all think the message to the power punchers. Stop thinking that these boxers supposed to stand there so they could become concussed by you knocking them the hell out. Nobody's supposed to stand there and make it easy for you to beat them up. Man, Shakur ain't supposed to stand there. He gonna make you earn it just like you do anybody else, bro. You're not supposed to just do what you want. You better be prepared. I'll tell you what, you better be better prepared if you ever get in there with Shakur than you was for a Tevin Farmer, because that won't go well for you. That won't go well for you, buddy, and you won't be in a position where they taking points and then you could cheat somebody at the end. So I like Raymond Muratalla, but the mentality, I think that'll change over time when he continue to get tested. Stop thinking these dudes supposed to stand there like that's your best chance of you beating them trying to exchange with you not being a puncher. That would be stupid. Why would I stand there? Y'all got to stop thinking that. That's your best shot. I'm going to stand there and just punch and trade with you. Shit, Tank don't even do that if he fighting somebody else that can punch because he's smart. It's not about trying to be tough or slug it out or exchange. It's about being smart. I'm going to hit you with my power and make sure you don't hit me. That's what I love about watching Tank do it, because he can snipe you and really clip you and get you the hell up out of there if he need to. So I love it. And I love the fact that he does it from an intelligence standpoint and he really makes you fight. You get what I'm saying? You got to work when you in there with him too. So this whole notion that these guys supposed to just stand there so you could punch them into a concussion is crazy. Nobody's standing there to get beat on. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's standing there to get their ass whooped. You know what I mean? Nobody trying to become concussed. People think about life after boxing and you can't make it there exchanging with guys. You know what I'm saying? Power punchers and shit like that. So, man, keep working, Raymond. You got a hell of a trainer. He's very skilled, talented. I believe he'll win his next fight, and I believe he'll look better in this fight than he did in his last two. It's no surprise that the style of fighter that he's choosing to fight is more of a come-forward guy that's going to allow him to look better offensively and get a win while he do it. Whether or not he'll knock this guy out remains to be seen, but I'm seeing some holes in Muratalla game. I mean, it's okay. It's no indictment because he's able to work right and get better. So we'll see if that's what he's able to do. Where is he going to do with Stevenson? If he had a hard time with Farmer's movement, struggle and then complain that he ran and didn't sit still. D-Free, what it do, my guy? How you feel? That's what I see, because Shakur ain't going to give him the kind of looks that he want, and it's going to lead to him having a tough night. That's what I see personally. That's what I see. But I think nonetheless, though, Raymond Muratalla gonna make good fights, whether it's a Keyshawn or Shakur. He is ranked number 2 in WBC, WBL. Shakur already got that WBC belt. If that fight ever come to fruition, it'll be a good one. Raymond said he won it. Said Shakur never seen a style like his. Him or Keyshawn never seen a style like his. He said so. We'll see. You know what I mean, Keyshawn looked like he about to get first dibs at that WBO title over Muratalla, which would then probably put Muratalla in a position to fight Keyshawn forward if he gets it. So I just see more fights coming forward, man. I just see more fights coming to fruition, man. And that's just what you want to see. So that's boxing for you, man. But I like Raymond Muratalla. I like his confidence and stuff like that, man. He had some interesting things to say, man. You know, interesting things to say. But with that, that's all I got for today, man. I appreciate everybody in the building rocking with me all the way to the end of the show. Let's see what we get next, man. I'm looking forward to this weekend. You know, we got Shockey, we got Boots. You got Barrios talking about wanting to fight him. Barrios got a fight with Abel Ramos coming up. You get what I'm saying? Shakur and Zepeda is being rumored to be on point for the 22nd of February. Hopefully that comes to fruition as well. I think Shakur needs that kind of fight to help move his career where he need to you know, get to. He said after party. Y'all still want to rock out? Man. Shout out to my guys though, man. It feel like it's so early though. I feel like I just be here so much longer. That's because I be so used to being here for 4 hours, but I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Love y'all. Peace to the queen, man. As always, I'm a queen. My guy said at the party. What Mr. Improv said, man. Oh, yeah. He have a tough time with Core Big Supreme, right? Though he fought Hitchens at 140 and Keyshawn. He's fighting at 135. You think he'll drain himself? No, you said that the Big Supreme, but I don't think he'll be drained, Damon. I don't think he'll be drained because if you look at Lemos, he might be about the same size as Tank, maybe a little small. He's a little ass guy, so I think he was fighting outside of where he should have been fighting at 140. You get what I'm saying? I don't think he's a 40-pounder. I think he's really a 35-pounder, and I think that's why it'd be fitting for him to go back down there. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think he'll be drained. I don't. And the fact that he ain't like fought a bunch of fights at 140 and then try to come back down, he never fully, one could argue he never fully acclimated to the 140 weight class. He just took a one-off opportunity up there against a top fighter. Now he jumping back down to 135, fighting another top fighter. Shout out to Gustavo Lemos. Got to give him his just due, because I always give it to everybody. Going out there fighting, a young, hungry. Matter of fact, we're going to push it to the 3-hour mark. We too close, shot. Going out there fighting a young, hungry guy in back-to-back fights. You fought Richardson Hitchens, one of the more skilled fighters at 140, like I said. Then you turn around and you fighting Keyshawn Davis, one of the more skilled fighters at 35, young guys coming up. He ain't turning down no smoke either. I got to give him credit, whether he win, lose, or draw. I respect the way he fought Hitchens. He pushed Hitchens to the brink, and he made it his toughest fight to date. So Lemos is going to be a real challenge. I'm paying attention to see how Keyshawn deals with him being a shorter guy, if he allows him to break the distance, get in his chest, and when he gets there, how he going to adjust and deal with him. I think he'll do a better job there. Hitchens, no slight to Hitchens, I just think Keyshawn is more of a fighter. He's a bit more grittier. He'll fight more in the inside. I think he's more polished in the inside. I think Hitchens is just naturally more of a boxer. No shade, no slight to him, but I seen him fighting in the inside and mixing it up, biting down on the gum shield and showing you that he could stand in there and stand his ground when he needs to too. He was hitting Lemos with some good shots. So his versatility and the layers that he showed in the fight is the reason why I felt like he beat Gustavo Lemos. Outside of the fight being pushed in certain spots where it was like rough for him, it was mostly a boxing match. It was a boxing match with some tough moments. And that's why I feel like that was a Hitchens type fight. Gustavo moments was when he made the fight rough and physical and he got them shots in on Hitchens. He was hitting him with some clean stuff, but Hitchens fought him off well. He did a good job, man. He bit down. He didn't quit. And he got a tough victory. And that's some fights going to be like that. But I think Keyshawn Davis has a different element to his game. Like I said, as far as being a more refined and more polished inside fighter. I think he's a little more grittier. He's more physical when he need to be. And he's naturally that. And he like to fight. He do. So he'll mix it up with Lemos. And I think in turn, that'll make the fight entertaining because it'll give Lemos opportunities to land on Keyshawn. So we're going to see a good fight, man. I like the fact that the tickets did extremely well. We had 97, man. We 3 away from the 100 like goal, and we 2 away from the super chat goal. Y'all smash that like button. If y'all can't hit one goal, hit the other one. If you didn't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button for your bro. Shout out to my guy D1, man. Tough fight, Keyshawn. If Keyshawn's against him, yeah, you gotta give him his dat, man. Gotta give him his just due. I think he's gonna look good against the guy, though. I think he'll do good. I think he'll stay locked in and focused. And another thing, he got Bomac. I feel real good about what Bomac and Keyshawn Davis got going on over there. I think they make a phenomenal team. Bomac really got Keyshawn ear, and that's important for a young fighter with that much talent to be coachable and teachable and learn. And that's what you see with Keyshawn. You notice it was one fight that he fought without Bomac, and you could see some type of a difference. He still got the job done, but they took that fight from him because of the failed urine test. But outside of that, you get what I'm saying? He got it back. You seen the next fight with Bomac, he was right back razor sharp, man. So as long as Keyshawn got his family, that focus that he got, he keep his confidence intact, keep Bomac in his corner, man, I think sky's the limit. I think he'll be as good as he can be, right? I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll be a world champion. And that's what I've always maintained about Keyshawn Davis. He's a world champion. I truly appreciate you, Aisha, supporting again for the goal. Much love, always supporting the grind. So that's what I like for Keyshawn, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I appreciate that, Thomas. Yeah, man. Well, we won away. We won and one away. You know what I mean? One away from the light goal and one away from the super chat goal. I appreciate y'all, man, because we get there. We got close to the mark. So I love it, and I appreciate y'all. But like I said, man, with Keyshawn, man, I think the sky's the limit for him. I think he just got to keep stay the course, keep improving, keep making them subtle improvements from fight to fight, getting more comfortable, more experience, keep being coachable, Keep learning the game from Bomac. Keep sparring with guys like Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford when you can. Keep getting the game from them guys that done it before you, and keep elevating and keep putting on for DB3, your whole family and your team, man. That shit is beautiful. I love to see it, and it's only gonna get better for them, man. I think they all doing it together. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Jusdu. Having a problem, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems, and we hit that 100 mark. We hit that 100 mark. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all as always participating, man. And again, I gotta shout y'all out for just being real supporters and making sure we hit these goals, man, every day in these long ass streams. And shout out to my bro 10 for 10 giving you your just do. That's Ant McQueen, and we hit the goals, man. We got 10 more minutes because we're gonna get to the 3-hour mark because we like round numbers, man. Much love.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my brother Ant McQueen and Aisha completing the goal, and everybody else that supported. I appreciate y'all. We just gonna keep building this one at a time, bro. We gonna get there. We gonna get to where we getting to. All things, my guy, always in the building with him, old school. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. So real quick, man, we spend these last 10 minutes talking about what's next. So Keyshawn gonna do his thing. He got a title opportunity in store as long as he handle it. We got Boots this weekend. I mean, well, next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend, we got Shockey coming up. We got Boots. Somebody I'm missing, yo. Help me out. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody, bro. I'm missing somebody. I'm missing a fight. Oh, okay. Yeah, Keyshawn fight. My bad. I'm tripping. Keyshawn, Boots. You got Shockey fighting. I still feel like I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing, y'all? Who am I missing? Help me out. Who am I missing that's fighting? Did I not mention it? Shock fighting Consacey, y'all. Got Keyshawn coming up. You got Boots coming up. I think that's everybody. I think that's it. And Miss Andy Cruz. My boy Keyshawn addressed it. Yo, he said it, Will. He said he hollered at his team. He said he reached out to their team. Farmer is a pater. Appreciate you. I see. That's why I appreciate her, yo. Virgil, Road to Redemption was good. Who Virgil ain't fighting? He just fought. Schofield, Floyd Schofield, D1. Appreciate you. It's Floyd Schofield. But you're right. Farmer is a pater. Floyd Schofield is fighting. Jalil Hackett, bam. Tia, damn, y'all. I ain't forget all of them, but I'm just talking about the next time. But y'all right. Damn, y'all help me out. All right, man. Players mess up. Nah, Bam, but Bam is on Boots card. So that's why I said Boots. Bam. Right. Jalil Hackett is coming up. Shoo coming up again. Kid Austin. Yeah, you're right. Y'all right. It's a lot of good fights. So we got a good little stretch coming up. Man. We got a good stretch. Better be pound number 3. I won't argue that. Better be is an undisputed champion right now, man. Much respect to him, even though I thought he lost, but no argument with somebody telling me he won. Man, damn, that's what I'm going to watch again today. Y'all, I'm about to get off. I'm going to watch that. I got to watch that. Rewatch that fight again. I've been meaning to do that. Better be even Beevil. I watched Cotto and Margarito yesterday. I watched both of them. And me and Mama Dude was watching the Cotto and Margarito fights. I was showing her how Cotto got his face battered up in the first one, and then how he came back and kicked ass. You know what I'm saying? Like people want Devin Haney to do, but different situation. My boy Farmer could upset the apple cart. He could, Remo. He could. If Zapata is not on point and Tevin Farmer is, or he, if that dude just, locked in defensively, making it hard to be hit, he can make that a very interesting fight for Zapata. But he can't be stationary, man. Can't be stationary and try to just bang with that dude. Zapata, he got some reach, he got some size, and he's a hell of a body puncher. He's a two-handed fighter, too. He don't just predominantly use one hand. He uses both. So he'll beat you up if you let him. So Tevin Farmer game plan going to have to be switched on. He said Canelo and Boots. Road to Redemption, trying to get my boy Boots slept, man. Boots probably a style on Nello. Nah, I'm just playing, man. Don't kill me for that. They'll kill me for that. TM was good with it, bro. Cotto versus Zach. Yeah, man. I watched Cotto and Malignaggi the day before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing that every day. Like I really do some homework. It's always something to learn about boxing and to see that you didn't see the first time around. So I like watching these fights over because I be like locked in. You would think I never seen the fight before. You would have thought I never seen the fight. Shout out to my brother Ann McLean. We completed both goals, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We got about 6 more minutes left, and we gonna rock. She was showing me how Devin need to get his get back after he got his ass beat by a D-level fighter. I say D because Ryan was using it. Yeah, man. Ryan was using you silly, man. Cotto and Zad was a war. Yeah, man. Great fights, bro. Y'all, you gonna make me want to watch it now. Shout out to my guy Allen. He pushed it over the top. He said 11 for 10. Hope y'all have a good night. Shout out to you, Allen. Appreciate your support as well, family, and all y'all to continue support. We just gonna keep building. Got another 5 minutes and we gonna ride. Get to the 3-hour mark because we fly.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just.
And I seen an interesting notification that I know y'all probably all got too. I know y'all gonna be over there looking because I see this thumbnail. I ain't gonna lie, this thumbnail got about 2 content creators in here. One of them that I definitely rock with every day, man. What the hell going on in these YouTube streets, man? Over here, I just gotta say this while we at the end, man. Over here, I only usually bring up channels if I'm lifting them up. Like, I don't never want to take shots at nobody. I like to see everybody doing their thing, man. But, these boxing streets get competitive sometimes, G. Shout out to J.A. Dixon, man, in the Cash App, showing love as well. Much love, Jay. Appreciate it.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
That was for my guy, J.A., man. Appreciate you, famo. Always showing love as well, man. Salute to everybody in the building. It's been another dope one. But, yeah, man, it's getting competitive out there in these YouTube streets, man. Shout out to all the content creators. Content creating is a tough job, man. It's a tough job out here in these boxing streets, man. Just know when you come here, bring your opinion, bring your energy, bring your boxing knowledge, you know what I mean? Bring your love for the sport over here and let's build, man. With me, it's always a conversation with us and it's a build with the family. It's never me just talking at y'all. It's us talking with each other. That's why instead of talking for 2 hours without reading the chat, I engage with y'all all the way through the show because I try to make sure we all having this conversation together. So I try to make sure everybody that's give me their time is acknowledged and make sure that y'all, I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. And shout out to the queens, man. Y'all really be in the fellas and the family that stays to the end of the show every single time y'all come in here. Much love to y'all, man. It's we long-winded over here, we long-winded over here. We talk a lot, G. But we should have my good brother BBO coming up at 8:00, followed by the Rise podcast at 9. Shout out to my guy Platboy Plays. I think he got he about to do it live at 9:00 too. I think I gotta stop over there, check my boy out. Spread the love. Come drop some of that Jusdueboxing knowledge over there on my guy Platboy. Raise your kids right so they don't need to end up like Logic. I love Cal, man. Cal, we going in. Keyshawn mentioned Andy Cruz. I try to tell y'all, D1, I don't know if people caught me. He ran down on Eddie Hearn before and asked Eddie Hearn directly about Andy Cruz. Keyshawn was like, Eddie Hearn was like, yeah, I'll make the fight. You gonna make it? And Keyshawn named like a venue or something. And Eddie Hearn was like, yeah. And they shook hands and everything. I'm telling you, he ran directly up on Eddie Hearn and asked him about Andy Cruz. I swear he did. I was trying to tell y'all that. I never thought he was. I don't think he avoided that guy or nothing like that. I just think it's early, respectfully. Andy Cruz is a phenomenal fighter. He got a hell of a motor. He got an offensive arsenal I like. He's smart defensively, pick his shots well. He's good, man. That'd be a good fight right now. But I don't have Andy Cruz beating him because of the styles. And in the pro game, it won't just be about scoring points. And I feel like Keyshawn, he embraces the hurt business. Like he what? Who are you talking to? Keyshawn embraces that hurt business here. He got the style that was pro ready. It's like Earl Spence. Earl Spence had a pro ready style. Some people just had that kind of style where it's just not suited for the amateurs, like the scoring system. They built to hurt you. You get what I'm saying? Keyshawn got the kind of style he gonna beat you up and box you down. Know what I'm saying? Beat you up. So He got that kind of style, you know what I'm saying? But Andy Cruz, you can tell that he spent the exceptional amount of time in the amateurs, though, because you still see him working the kinks out his game. Just a little bit. Yeah, he got something to say. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get this little punk stuff. Come here. Dad. What are you eating? What are you eating, Don King? What are you eating, yo? What? You don't even want nothing, yo. Who's that? Ooh, say hi. What? That's nothing over there. Say hi. Say hey. Say hi to the people. Little demon. Chill, Andy Cruz, love. Yeah, D1, I'm with you, though. But Andy Cruz is a phenomenal young fighter, though. I mean, well, he's older, but he's young in his career. But what is he, 29 now? So he got to get a rush on it. So he got to get some more wins to mess with my boy Keyshawn, man. But nah, I think when that fight happens, if it happens, it's going to be really good for boxing. That's a rivalry that got to happen in the pros, right? They fought too many times as amateurs. Andy Cruz, I think, is going to be hanging around for quite a while because he's talented. The only concern I might have, legacy, what's good with it, Brody? Cal cool. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody saluting my guy, Baby Dude. Say what's up, y'all. Say what's up. There you go. Say hi. Hey. There you go. Say peace. Right. But I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I think that it's something that got to happen. They got a rivalry going on that they got to settle as professionals. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Andy. Like I was saying, the only concern I got, he trains with Bozy. Bozy been training somebody as athletically gifted and as talented as Boots for years on end. And some of that, sometimes I feel like, Andy Cruz get caught up in trying to do what Boots Ennis can do. And that could be risky. So he just got to make sure that you learning, but don't bite off more than you can chew, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't still be you, right? You can never be Boots. Boots is a physical specimen, man, that Andy Cruz just naturally is not. So don't get caught up in trying to hurt guys too much, because I think he had that happen to him in his last fight and he got clipped a little bit. So just about being smart, learning, keep getting that experience, man, and keep learning what Bozy is teaching for you, man. You about to break my phone even more, bro. About to break my phone, punk. So we'll see, man. But overall, man, I like what they got going on, bro. I like it. Say peace. Say peace out. Say peace out. Get out of here. Much love to everybody, though, man. We hit our mark. Both of them, we hit the 3-hour mark. We hit all our marks, man. Yeah, you just got to keep fighting. He just got to keep fighting, D1. So far, I think he real deal. He just got to keep fighting, man. But again, talking about Andy Cruz. Much love to my guy, William Old School. But again, shout out to everybody that rock with me to the end of the show. Aisha, man, you are a blessing to the chat and the boxing community. And the rest of the queens, much love to all of y'all as well. We truly appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? And the kings, my guys, man, y'all know we the family. Much love to y'all legacy, man. Y'all all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this good Thursday. Tap into my good brother BBO at 8 and the Rise fam at 9. And we're going to be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock Friday to do it all over again, to get boxing is just due how we always do. So with that, man, love to the family. Appreciate all the support. We out.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man. alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size, and from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret, with tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time, but when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word him up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely